From the depths of rot and decay they rise. The death guard marches under sickened skies. With boils and blight they spread the pain. In Nurgle's name disease will reign. Rock and ruin, pestilence flows. With every breath the plague wind blows. Embrace the rot, let flesh decay. The death god comes, none can stay. From the depths of rot and decay they rise. The death god marches under sickened skies. With boils and blight they spread the pain. In Nurgle's name disease will reign. Rot and ruin, pestilence flows. With every breath the plague wind blows. Embrace the rot, let flesh decay. The death god comes, none can stay. Armored and filled with rusted blades, they laugh as cities wilt and fade. Where they tread, no life remains. Just hollow corpses, plague remains. Beneath the helm, the cursed grin, for in death they shall begin. Rot and ruin, pestilence flows. With every breath the plague wind blows. Embrace the rot, let flesh decay. The death god comes, none can stay. Beneath the warp the souls are bound. To spread decay, to break the ground. Nurgle's gifts a putrid stain. A future where only disease remains. Rot and ruin, pestilence flows. With every breath the plague wind blows. Embrace the rot, let flesh decay. The death god comes, none can stay. The rot spreads, there's no escape. The death god seals your fate.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Disgustingly Resilient podcast. I hope everyone is doing very well today. Very quickly, unfortunately, Dave will not be able to join us tonight. He has been kept by his work, unfortunately, so you are unfortunately just all stuck with me tonight, which I guess kind of begs the question why I'm wearing the headset, given I have no one to talk to. But, you know, that is what it is. So, hello everybody in the chat. It's good to see you all here. Lazy, Christopher, LB, Nurgle, Matthew, Morton Brandt, Craig, Les Jagin, Cranky Krogan, Ark Buggett, Christios, and Ark, who's just become a Plague Marine. Thank you so much for the love there. So, just for if you don't know, please leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoy the content. It really does help the channel grow, and it lets YouTube know that you like what we're doing. If you really like the channel and fancy supporting it, you can hit the join button below. It's just below like the description or just above, like where you click like around there. And you'll get to become a Plague Marine. It costs £3 a month, which is like a coffee. It's not too bad, I guess. And you get access to our Discord. We're going to have a Plague Surgery where we can review your lists, which I'm going to do double this weekend to try and catch up. Because obviously we missed one from last weekend because, well, you know, obviously. And I'm going to get giveaway, which we're going to announce after this. I've got it behind me. I need to remember this time because I'm a bit silly on that one. But yeah, obviously we're all here for the event recap today. So for those who don't know, you probably already do know, but over last weekend, I attended the Gravel Pit GT hosted at Element Games by Team Stonehammer. And we managed to get the full 5-0 and get the first place and take home the Hold a second. The glorious. Now, there's a tradition at Stonehammer events where the trophies for Stonehammer are taken from a local charity shop as a way to sort of like give a little back to charity. So we have won the very esteemed Gravel Pit GT Dinosaur. So as you can see right there, first place Gravel Pit GT. So this is the trophy with our lovely dinosaur. We did also get a £50 gift voucher though for Element Games, which is very nicely. Kind of refunds me for the third Predator that I bought for the event. So yeah, so all hail to the giant... what even are you? You're not a T-Rex. It's some form of made-up probably dinosaur. I mean, it's red for one. So yay to us for that one. And obviously we're going to be going through all of this as we go through. But yeah, it's good to see you in the chat here, and obviously I'm super chuffed to get a GT win again. Obviously we've had a couple of RTT wins recently, a lot of 4-on-1s, but now we've actually managed to get another 5-0 in the bag, which feels, and not just a 5-0, 5-0, and for the only undefeated actually, which is really good feeling as well. So we actually had a true winner knocked down to points, which is really, really cool. Made a real dinosaur, yeah. I'm doing very well, Hugh Janus. How are you, mate? And whoever just said they bought a 11th Cultist shirt, that's awesome. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you, Eric, for the congratulations. Derp, showing his support once again. Member for 3 months at Plague Marine Tier, showing his nice vomit in there. Thank you so much for showing up again, mate. An Allosaur, okay, if that's what it is, we'll go on with that. Okay, it's a Nurglesaurus, there you go. Cranky Krogan's got it. The T-Rex is a tramp stamp, yeah, Stone Dino. I wish I got an actual Stonehammer as well, that would be very cool. Are you going to Beachhead in 2025? Isn't Beachhead an American event? I am UK based, so unlikely if it is, but I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. You think of beaches, you don't think of the UK. We don't have a beach, it doesn't exist. So today, we're going to be doing what we usually do. So if you are new to the event recaps, first of all, we're going to have a look at my list that we took. We're going to talk a little bit about it. Then we're going to go through all of our games, and basically I'll click forward very quickly so you can see it. We're going to basically reenact them with the units you can see here. I'm going to talk about the tactics, why we did what we did. Feel free to ask questions in the chat, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we'll go from there. But first of all, before we get into that, just another reminder, like and subscribe. Cool Nurglings, like and subscribe. And I will need to take a few drinks during this because I'm on my own, so my throat's going to get a little dry, so you're going to just have a quick little cheeky. Okay, so let's have a look at the list then. So this is the list I took. So we got Mortarion, so Morty going down to 300 points, kind of made him almost like you want to bring in. Okay, so it's South UK. Okay, I'll have to see Ark, because South UK is still pretty far from me because I'm north. But we'll see. So Mortarion going down to 300 points kind of made him auto-include for most lists at the moment. He's just kind of stupidly cheap. We're also rocking 2 Terminators Sorcerers. And, these guys have the ability to give a 2-up to give -1 damage to the unit that they're in from close combat. They also have a once per game Casino Cannon. You can charge their melee weapon or their shooting attack. You're probably going to do it on the shooting attack to give it +2 strength, +2 damage, which brings it to a whopping strength 8, AP2, and flat damage 3, which is really, really nice. Laser Chicken, thank you so much for the 1 gifted membership. If you just got gifted the membership, remember to say thank you, but you now can go onto our community tab on our YouTube channel page and you will get access to the Discord. Just scroll down a little bit, find the link, click that, and you'll be in the Discord. Awesome. We're also bringing along a Lord of Contagion because Lord of Contagion is my answer to anything big. Someone brings something big and scary and I want to kill it. Lord of Contagion is there to give the squad the maximum amount of damage it can have. We've also brought Typhus along. Now, we'll talk about Typhus a fair bit. Typhus is really good, and people might have already seen there is a unit of 20 Poxwalkers in here. People assume Typhus went with the Poxwalkers every game. Nope. Typhus went with the Poxwalkers a grand total of 1 time. It's good when it can work and when you find a use for it, which we'll talk about. But most of the time I'm banking on Typhus going solo or joining one of the Death Shroud Terminator squads. Mostly solo though. I like the fact he can do actions and still contribute mortal wounds. And he's just kind of annoying. He's just an annoying little guy for 80 points. So, bringing up the trash, we've got 2 units, 10 cultists. Again, Scout's really good. Scout move's great. You get to just be little trashy units. They can spread contagion really well. They're good for just holding home, worst case scenario. You're never unhappy to have them in your list, so they're really quite cool. Now the Poxwalkers, we'll see as we go forward. They're a tech piece that I wanted to try out. The idea is a lot of armies in the game at the moment don't actually have an answer for Poxwalkers. Not that they can't kill them. Everyone can kill Poxwalkers. But the problem is, how efficiently can they kill them? So quite often you'll see in some of my games, the Poxwalkers are put onto the middle objective, and the question is asked to my opponent, what are you going to do about it? Because if you expose a unit that's going to shoot them, probably not going to kill all 20. So if you just expose the one, I'll kill the guys that are at the back and I'll leave my guy on the objective. And if I've got a auto pass morale, I'll auto pass morale. Because then I've got primary and I sticky it with infected, which is real nice. If you overcommit to killing it, I will kill the few guys I have exposed. And now you've overcommitted loads of units in the open for me to shoot back. And I've just lost a few Poxwalkers for it. Great. And if you commit melee to it, well, you're going to see how well that ended up for people. So we'll get to that one though. Does the triple crawler build not as efficient as before? Triple crawler has a place, but it's in a very different kind of list that is more aggressive pushing with lots of vehicles. Not so much in this kind of list here because the Terminator bricks, as we're going to get to in a second, take up a lot of points. So I need to make sure that the rest of the list around it is actually much cheaper. Okay. Brian Terrell, that made me weak in the knees. It's always for you, Brian, every time. I did end up with no Tallyman. I didn't end up dropping the Tallyman because I really wanted a second blow drone. So this was an evolution of the one you may have saw in the Death Shroud Terminator list video. This was like a last minute change I made to it because I really wanted that second blow drone in. Plus I wanted to try and go more pure Nurgle, so we got rid of the Beast Nurgle. And we used the points there to basically convert into another blow drone, which was quite nice. Now, with this, we've also got the 15 Death Shroud Terminators. Don't really need to explain myself why right now. Death Shroud have become super cheap. Now, I actually think 12 to 15 is probably the sweet mark. I don't think you actually need 18. Now, if you own 6 and you're thinking, Aiden, should I go out and buy 18? Probably not. The next data slate is next month. It's quite early. And I can't imagine them staying at these points. So don't go out and buy them to get nerfed. Now, if you just love Death Shroud, by all means, go and get them. But I still reckon 12 is a good amount to own in general because it gives you options and play around. But I don't actually think 18 is the way to go. I think 12 to 15 is probably the way to go. I really enjoyed 15 here. I never felt like I needed that extra third massive brick. And I would much rather have those 110 points spent in like 2 units of cultists or like the extra bloat drone that it got me, because it was just much nicer for scoring and utility. But yeah, the 2 6-man squads are going to do a lot of work. They're like my bricks, my anchors, and this one squad of 3-man was my rapid ingress target most times. It's a lot harder to screen out because it's a lot smaller board space, and people kind of forget about it sometimes because they're so worried about the 2 6-mans that are on the board. So being able to put a lot of contagion there brings a lot of damage in, and it's just like this damagey scalpel that you can bring in to remove units. Now we've got 3 Predator Destructors with las cannons. These things are just like super. I've literally got back and I've just edge highlighted and magnetized the other 2 because I was super happy with how they did. Don't get me wrong, they're not the craziest thing in the world. They're not just like look at something and instantly delete it. But at the same time, like they actually, for 130 points, they just put out a lot of firepower with Mortarion, giving them ignore modifiers and reroll ones to wound. They really surprised me, and there was games where, don't get me wrong, there was moments when I was like, for God's sake, Predators, can you just hit something? But par that over the course of all 5 games and all 3 of them shooting, they did a really solid job of being a really nice fire base at the back for only the 390 points that they are total. So super impressed with the Predator Destructors, real happy. 2 fetid bloat drones, as I've said before, it gives you the speed, lets you spread contagion, lets you play flanks. The spitters are just nice Overwatch tags, and the spitters actually work in conjunction with the Poxwalkers because if, for example, I put 2 Poxwalkers on center objective and my opponent has a unit of like 5 Battle Sisters or something like that, I can bring out the bloat drone as well, and now he's got to think, oh god, if I just put out, or like maybe he's got 3 Arco Flagellants. If he brings out the Flagellants, I can Overwatch them. So if I kill them, then he's going to bring out another squad. And if I decided to put 4 Poxwalkers on the objective, he's going to have to bring out all 3 squads. So in that one interaction, I've killed all 3 of his scoring units instantly in the first turn. I've still got my cultists, all that kind of stuff. So that the spitters being there is real nice to sort of play, like be able to do that kind of stuff. But worst case scenario, they're really good at just flying around annoying stuff, Overwatch and shooting. Really nice. And then 2 units of Nurglings. Honestly, I probably could have just done 1 squad of Nurglings. They never really came up too much, but what else am I going to do with the 40 points? I wished it was 10 more points and I could get another squad of cultists, but hey ho, I had 40 points. What can a man do? So very quickly catch you on chat before we go ahead. That feels running 20 Battle Terminators and 18 Death Shroud for Demon Printed W. Oh, that fella's running 20 Battle Terminators and 8 Death Shroud for Demon Printed WCW has a huge set of Nurglings on him. He does. That is a Chad list, so I hope he does well. It's a really cool list. Hail, fellow sneakers. Hello, Baliando. How are you doing, mate? Huge anus. Again, this makes me laugh whenever I say it. I also can't imagine Death Shroud staying at 110 points, which makes me think they'll drop to 90 to 100 for absolutely zero reason. Oh yeah, 100% they'll drop. Been messing around with 12 Death Shroud Terminators, 1x6, 2x3. 110 points is a great deep strike threat to do things like sabotage and recover assets since they have to survive. I agree. I think that's a good amount. Like 1x6, 2x3 is also really good. And I think that, again, 2x6 works. I think you could also go like 2 6s, 1 3, which I did here with a 15. A 3-mans are actually really, really good and really underrated as well. To be honest, there's even play potentially running without a character just for 110 points for 3 pretty hard-hitting Terminator bodies. But that's a different question. One interesting thing we did have a discussion about was whether the 6-man or the entire unit of Death Shroud needs to go up in points, or just the 6-man. Because I could see them keep 3-mans at 110, but put the 6-mans back up to like 240 or like 230-ish, because like 3-mans aren't really like the problem. They're not like the problem unit. It's when people are mass spamming them in like 18 bricks, it becomes overwhelming. 3 Death Shroud Terminators can be dealt with. So I think they can actually probably stay at 110, but hey, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is the list, and I am very happy with how it performed, and we're going to get straight into it. So just before we do that, Don Hooson, I ran 12 Death Shroud Terminators, didn't like it, and backed down to 3 and it feels good. Yeah, but you're a weirdo, you triple defilers done in the nicest way. You keep rocking those carbs, mate. I made it to live time to study Death Guard. Hello, Death Skull, how are you doing, mate? I've been looking at a second Nurgle unit just to stop scout heavy armies. Yeah, it is good for that, I must admit. On a night out, do you drink cherry coke or rum and cherry coke and vodka? I actually drink amaretto and coke, which is like almond and coke, but like I still would always drink a cherry aid. So yeah, let's crack on with it. So first round we had Henry Summers with his sisters, Bringers of Flame. So we've got Jump Canoness with the Iron Surplus, which is the 2-up save and a 5-up feel no pain. We've got Morven Val, of course, Saint Celestine, and the Hospitaller, which gives this squad 5-up feel no pain and resurrects D3 models a turn. Then we got 1 squad of Battle Sisters, 3 squads of 3 Arco-Flagellants, because for some reason you can take them in squads of 3, because they came in a starter set 1 time as 3 models, so you can take them in 3 squads of 3. 1 squad of Celestian Sacrosancts with maces, so these are the girls with the shields and the damage 2 maces with lethal hits. 1 squad of 5 Seraphim with the Flamers. Now bear in mind, Bringers of Flame is the faction that has access to give flame weapons and torrent weapons devastating wounds, so that's kind of scary. 1 squad of 10 Big Seraphim with all Flamers again, so again, remember that strat, quite scary. 2 Castigators rocking the auto cannons, so that's 8 shots in rapid fire range with twin linked at flat damage 3. It's kind of scary. 1 Immolator with multi-melters, quite scary. An Exorcist, which is like all the rage, but thankfully just the 1 here. And then 3 Paragon Warsuits rocking the melters and the maces. So we are on, let me get my scores up, give me a second everybody. We are playing Search and Destroy for 1, I know that much. And we are playing Terraform, I believe it was, because it's the one I've been practicing. So thank you as well to Mikey Way, who I practiced with. I was practicing with Sam Boardman as well for this game. So quite thank you for those guys. And Aura, who also was in that game spectating and also helped us out learning some extra things on how to play TTS. So thank you very much on that one. So that is the War 40k support app, not the Tabletop Battles. There we go. 2 seconds, we loaded up. So yeah, we are playing. Let me find round 1 gravel pit. There we go. Okay, yeah. So we are playing Terraform. So Terraform is obviously the one where you can do an action objective, and once you've done it, that objective will basically permanently keep giving you points from then on. So it's quite important to get to objectives first. This mission made me really miss a Rhino, because normally I put like a Rhino like here and just drive up, drop guys out and start terraforming. But it is what it is. So we start deploying. So in this game, I've put, so the Lord of Contagion is representing the 3-man Death Shrouds here. So he is up in the sky. So he's chilling in the sky at the moment. There in reserves, I keep both my 2 big 6-mans on the board. I strat reserve 2 Predators. So 2 Predators are in strat reserves, which is quite an interesting play. But, you know, I thought it was a good one. And we'll see how it goes. Typhus is in reserves with them. So we've got Typhus, 2 Predators in reserves, and the Lord of Contagion and Death Shroud. Now my opponent puts a single squad of Arco-Flagellants in reserves, and he's running his jump cannon solo. So he's got Saint Celestine attached to the big 10-man Seraphim, but the 5-man is running solo. The character's running solo as well. The rest of it is all starting on the board. So, as we start to deploy, we put our cultists right in the line. This is because if we get first turn, obviously we can do the scout move, be on to this at the start of the game, becomes our turn, end of the command phase, we sticky the center objective, and then we just piss off either behind here or up here, and it means our opponent has to put something out onto the middle point. So we're just going to always put our cultists on this deployment. One squad of cultists is always going here, because even if they don't get first turn, you scout into here, you scout down here, they're safe, they're in good position. So we always do that. So if everyone's searching and destroying, you got cultists, that's your first drop every game, I guarantee it, unless they've got infiltrators themselves. Now, my opponent puts down his, so he goes Morven Val, comes like over here. I'm just going to speed this up, you don't need to see all the stuff. I go over here with the cultists in case I want to get up this way. And then I go just the Poxwalkers, sort of like spread all the way back here over my home objectives. So they're open to be shot, but they're spread out between. If they want to come out and shoot that, feel free. What contagion and why? Every single game I went -1 save, because -1 save's the best contagion. I don't care for minus weapon skill. I just want to kill my opponent dead. So I always take -1 save. We've got a bloat drone that is chilling over here with his friendly other bloat drone. So these guys just literally want to go and just make sure this is nice and secured up here. Mortarion is chilling sort of like here. He's having a bit of a chill. Happy days. Then we have the Death Shroud. We put one right in here, right against as much as we can against the wall. So that's a big 6-man there. Predator is chilling with those guys behind the wall, so we can't get shot. The other 6-man is behind this wall. So already my plan is to try and just get advancing. This squad wants to get in here. This squad wants to get in here, because then we're threatening here and we're threatening into here. So that's like the good lockdown positions we want to get into. So there. I've got a unit of Nurglings just up here chilling, and I've also got a unit of Nurglings just over here chilling, just doing something. Again, I'm not really. They have no scouts, so I don't really need to. I don't want to give them free kills for no reason. And these guys are all chilling in reserves. So my opponent puts down the Sacrosancts behind here with Morven. We have a unit of 5 Seraphim here, backed up by the 10 Seraphim. 1 Castigator over here. The Exorcist is chilling at home. 2nd Castigator is sort of like here. The Immolator is here. Sister Squad is inside the Immolator. The other one is on the home objective. 2 Arco-Flagellants on the line here. 1 is in reserves, and this one is inside the Immolator. So the Arco-Flagellants just want to basically try and come and get this objective here. Okay. So this one does, yeah. So new, this one does allow the stay 1 inches away to not be able to be charged. So you stay just over 1 inch away from the walls. Interestingly enough, the cultists can actually like get in that, because the 25 milli bases, and so can Poxwalkers. So you actually can't screen them out, which is another little weird tech piece, which is quite fucking funny. Not that it really came up, but it's just interesting that it could. So my opponent's playing semi-cagey here, but that is, fair. We're both playing fair cagey. So my opponent gets first turn. So my opponent moves out, and he's basically just trying to put some dudes onto here. Rolls 2 advances, unfortunately doesn't make them, so he's got 2 Arco-Flages, just keeps them out. The Seraphim do make it. They start to do some action-y stuff on here, because look what he got first turn. First turn, he got bring it down and engage on all fronts. So naturally, he's pretty much going to get engaged already here. There's not too much I can do to stop that. He's going to just go. They just come just over the line a little bit over here. They just do that. The Castigator's actually pretty. Castigator just peeks here, just like that. So Castigator just drives there. Nothing's really threatening it. It's fair enough, whatever it is. So he's got his engage there. He's not going to bring it down at all. There's nothing he can do about that. Immolator sort of just drives forward to here. Just chills out. Again, nothing happening. The Seraphim take this corner. Everything shuffles about a little bit. Nothing's really happening here. And then that is quite literally like all that happens. There's really not much. It's turn 1. My scouts, I just went up here into here. And these scouts just went back behind the wall because they don't want to get killed by this Castigator for free. But yeah, there's really not much happens this turn. My opponent starts doing a Terraform. The Exorcist shoots at the Death Shroud and doesn't do any damage. Like, I think it does like 2 damage to a guy. So fairly happy with that. Now, before we go into the next turn, I'll just quickly have a quick check in with chat. Val makes Sisters matchup harder. She does, yeah. Val does make the Sisters matchup harder, but I'm not too worried about Val in this one because honestly, Val's going to have to do a lot of hard carrying. So if I ever catch her out for a second, I'm going to nuke the living shit out of her. So, as you might see, quite low on tanks. Yeah, the opponent is quite low on tanks. This one, it's definitely not the spam tank list. Thanks for making DefCon content. Was able to get my first win ever thanks to your strats off. That's awesome to hear, Mason. Congratulations on your first win as well. I've had that come up so often recently. I charge my pox of cultists and they say, but I was once sure. Yeah, it only works for you. You are correct. You are 100% correct. And Allosaurus confirmed. Nice, someone did the research. So my turn, I'm like, okay. I want these dead. I don't like these. I just want to get... Sisters already play at numbers disadvantage. So I'm like, okay, if I can take out some of your stuff here, just some of your little dooders here, I'm quite happy with that. So I'm like, okay, alright. I'm going to bring Morty out. So Morty comes out to like here. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to shoot these guys with Rotwind and stuff like that. This Predator comes to here. So again, get shots at either of these Arco Flags. I can see both of them. So we're quite happy with that. Death Shroud just play against the wall. Poxwalkers aren't really doing too much right now. They're just sort of like sticking around. These Death Shroud roll in advance. A speculative advance, which is something we talked about, which is just, they're not going to do anything. They're not doing an action. Just roll in advance and see what you get. Because if you get a good roll, you might actually make you do something. So I actually rolled a 6. So I was like, cool, I'm going in here. So I did bring out the Nurglings to the back to make space. Cultists took the spot at the back because they're doing Sabotage, because I drew Sabotage this turn. So Cultists doing Sabotage, these guys have gone right into the corners as much as possible. And these block drones literally just go zippity bop up here. Annoyingly, I can't really get onto an objective this turn, which is a little annoying. I brought these guys back to just screen out a bit more up this side because I don't want that cannon nest popping up. So at this point, I'm like, okay, cool. All we're going to try and do is we're just going to try and just remove these Arcoflagellants. We've got a Predator to shoot one. I'm going to Morty to shoot another one here. I'm okay with this because I'm probably going to get shot by double Castigators next turn and an Immolator. Maybe a Castigator. More than Val have measured out. She can't shoot Morty. Even if she gets an advance on a 6, she can't get within range for the 18 multi-metal. So Morty's safe from Morven. So I'm like, okay, I think Morty can tank this. I think Morty can quite comfortably chonk quite a bit of this stuff here. So we shoot away and we do actually manage to pop both of the Arcoflages, which is quite nice. So the Predator picks one up and Morty's Lantern actually rolls sustained, which is really funny, and kills 2 himself, and then his Rotwind kills the last. So we do get rid of 2 scoring. So they're already 2 scoring units down, which is quite big in this matchup because I have a lot of trash. He doesn't now. So like, okay, cool, that's a great first turn. Now, we have kept CP for Cloud of Flies because that Morty's 100% about to get shot. So comes to my opponent's turn 2, that he draws Assassination. So Morty is about to get absolutely lit the fuck up because he's right there. So he goes hard for it. So Castigator comes out here. Castigator at the top just moves down to shoot Morty. The Immolator moves across because she wants to remove cover from Morty. Also gets out 5 of the Sisters. So we've got 5 Sisters on the point. This squad of Seraphim pokes some flamers around the corner in case he wants to shoot Morty again. The Exorcist gets direct line of sight on Morty, so she can just shoot out indirect. The 10 Seraphim squad of Saint Celestine flies out to flame Morty as well. Morven comes to here, can't get a shot on Morty though, but just sort of comes out to sort of like play around a bit. And they shoot the fuck out of Morty. They shoot Morty so goddamn hard. I pop -1 to hit, and Morty gets absolutely lambasted by everything. But Morty lives. Morty lives after this entire shooting here on 4 wounds. Which is rough, don't get me wrong. I'm like, ooh, oof. But Morty's alive. Cool, happy. So that, and bear in mind, all the sister stuff is now exposed. So we're like, okay. So next turn, we're gonna make sure we hit back super hard. But then my opponent wants to finish off Morty, and he has Saint Celestine in this squad. So what he does is he actually declares a charge onto Morty, and he makes it. But he doesn't make it with... The squad was kind of strung out around the Immolator, so they were all in flaming range, but he only gets like a 6 on the charge. So he makes it, but he's kind of strung back with a few guys, so it's more like this than anything. But the thing is, after his charge, they end up within 6 of these Death Shroud. So I heroic in, and not only do I heroic in, I actually heroic in a way that I use my charge roll to tag the sisters as they're trailing back and make sure I have a Death Shroud closer to Saint Celestine than Morty is, which means when my opponent activates, Saint Celestine has to pile into the Death Shroud and can only attack the Death Shroud, and Morty will actually only get swung on by 2 Seraphims with fists, so strength 3, AP 0, 1 damage. Everything else has to go into the Death Shroud, because remember, when you pile in, you have to pile into the closest model, which is now my Death Shroud. Craig's kind of got it here. Craig's just put game over. So this heroic here, they swing, they kill 1 Death Shroud with Celestine all the power swords. Morty takes no damage. I then swing back with Morty first, because Morty, if I kill the sisters with a Death Shroud, he'll pull Morty out of combat, and because Morty hasn't charged, he won't be eligible to pile in. But if Morty kills a few, the Death Shroud can still pile in because they have made a charge move this turn. And they get absolutely fucking annihilated. They all die. Saint Celestine is just... This is Saint Celestine now because she gets back up alive. So I have picked up, in his turn, a full squad of Seraphim plus Celestine once, because Celestine's going to come back to life. So with this, I am happy boy. As you can imagine, this is good news for us. So super happy. So then my turn comes, and I draw Overwhelming Force and bring it down. And my god, did I want to have a go turn this turn anyway. Also, during this turn, I also ingressed this Lord of Contagion. I basically said, hey, if you want to shoot him and not Morty, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to bank on him shooting Morty, which means this thing just gets to exist for free, I'm then just going to go punch this Castigator. Sorry, I forgot about that. So now, our turn, we don't move Morty. We don't want to get Overwatch. We're just like, okay, Morty's just going to chill out. But what we can do is, we can bring in our Predators from reserves, like, yay, both just within Morty's 6-inch aura range. And the other Predator just drives forward round to the corner first. So we've got 3 Predators now in Mortarian's aura range, and all of this is now within nice shooty range. Our Death Shroud move up, spreading Contagion aura to all of this here, which is really, really nice. And these Death Shroud here expose themselves. Now we've kept the Sorcerer actually manages to make it through the walls to see Morven Val, and we've trailed back to Morty as well. So we're going to have 2 Sorcerers unload on Morven Val here. We drop in Typhus as well. Here, we want options to smite, so we have smite options into the Castigator, into Morven, into the Immolator, into Celestine. So he just literally goes blop there. So just like, okay, we can smite whatever we want here. The Poxwalkers are just kind of shoveling around. They just kind of move up more. I'm already pretty confident at this point. That's pretty much a good time. Bloat drones just again start to move up and round. They really don't do it. These bloat drones do nothing. I don't think they shoot once this game. They weren't needed. Master Edit Alex, thank you so much for thank you very much for becoming a member there, mate. I really appreciate the support. So we open absolute fire. So we shoot the the sisters die to like Morty's Rotwind, pretty much. They just 5 1-wound models. They go down. The Predators here fire everything back here, because we don't need to shoot the Immolator, because we've got a charge right here into the Immolator. So we actually shoot into the Castigator and we pop that one. The Saint Celestine gets picked up by like tons of like random little shots. One of the autocannons and what the Predator just pops this squad here. Saint Celestine, I think I ended up... I don't know if I ended up smiting her on the Morven, but the same end result is she dies. We pop the once per game damage 3 from both of these squads and fire into Morven Val, and we drop her down to just Morven Val. It was just quite brutal. We got quite good on the rolls there, and this one was ignoring AOC and ignoring cover because I could just see her directly. No, the drones are spitters, mate. It's just the only picture I could get. So this is now just Morven Val on her own. The Immolator here is about to get charged, so we come to our charge phase. We declare a charge into the Immolator. We charge into that thing. We move forward with Lord of Contagion. They charge into this Castigator. You don't need someone to tell you what happens here. That goes pop. That goes pop. We do like try and roll like our 11-inch charge here, but we fail it. But yeah, you might as well try it, mightn't you? So we max Overwhelming Force because we killed like 3 units that were on this objective, and bring it down. We have killed an Immolator, a squad of Paragon suits, because remember they do count, and we also get this Castigator up here. So as you can already tell, this is real bleak now for the sisters. Like that was that was an absolute hammerback. They've lost like pretty much over half their army. So his turn, he gets he draws assassination. So he kept assassination because Morty's so low. Marvin comes to here and shoots down at Morty, and this Exorcist fires at Morty, and unfortunately Morty does actually end up biting the dust here, but at that point I am more than happy with that. He also got Cleanse. He's just going to ditch that at the end for ACP. The Sacrosancts here kind of just shuffle back a bit as much as they can. There's really not much else that's going to go on this game, I'll be honest with you. My turn comes along. I get Established Locus, which we just end up doing like with Typhus or something like that. We also get Extend Battle Lines, which already done because we're going to affect that. Oh yeah, Marvin Val charges into these guys here to try and kill some. Oh, she actually came down. She finished Morty. That was it. She came down. She charged and finished Morty. But then obviously the 3 Predators just like next turn, and these guys they go charge Marvin, kill her. Predators all shoot at the Exit. The Exis went hit a bit because he wanted to still stay alive. These guys came in. Turns out it doesn't really matter if you feel no pain on your sisters. 3 Death Shroud plus Lord of Contagion with sustained hit stratagem do more than enough to put them in the grave. And at this point, my opponent's basically like, yeah, we can just call it there. Which is, you know, fair enough. I'm basically just going to walk towards him and murder him at this point. So, So Paragons count as, you have to wipe out the whole squad. You have to wipe out the whole squad of Paragon Warsuits, but they do count as 4 models each, so it's a 12 wound unit. But pretty much from there, we were just scoring secondaries. We pushed onto his home, killed them for like no prisoners or something. But it wasn't a pretty one at the end of it, and it ended up being a 100-37 victory. That Morty trade at the start was pretty much just like as soon as that heroic went off, it shows you the power of heroic intervention if you set it up. Always make sure if you're gonna put stuff within 6 inches of stuff like that one mistake, especially for an elite army of points, as Craig's saying, it can just take one mistake for an army like that to just absolutely lose momentum completely. So super happy with that. Second game. Now the second game was streamed, so if you want to go watch this, you can go and watch it on the Glasshammer Gaming live stream. Day 1, round 2 at Gravel Pit GT. And we were against Mordy and Glory himself, Tim Vass. And I just want to say real quickly, all my opponents were lovely. Tim was an absolute fucking laugh. This game was so funny, so much back and forth. And it's a matchup I really dread. I hate this matchup so much. But I've never played against Tim before, Mordium. But he made it so much more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. So I am super, super glad I got to play him, and I hope he had a fun game as well. But he is rocking, he's not rocking a meme list this time either, he's brought a serious list. Tempestus Command Squad, a regimental engines here, which is going to give his, basically just follows his Rogel Dawn round all game and gives it a 4-pin vulnerable. 3 tank commanders rocking Demolisher Cannon, one of which has Grand Strategist, which I don't know what it does. I think it lets him use a CP or something, I don't know. 5 squads of Catachans, so they give Scout to the Chimeras when they're inside them. 1 squad of Accolons, these are the 3-inch deep strike boys. 1 squad of 10 Scions, very, very scary unit. Like, holy shit, this unit is scary. So many, it's like 11 plasma gunshots with lethals and sustained, it's gross. 5 Chimeras, all rocking heavy bolters, a Basilisk, and a Rogel Dawn battle tank. So again, I'm going to try and remember it as best as I can from the top of my head, but if you want to go watch this back properly, every time I talk about this, I am doing it off pure memory, so sometimes it's like, I'll maybe make a little mistake remembering here or there, but I generally try to get most of it correctly. But this one you can go and watch 100% from start to finish on Glasshammer Gaming, and what a cracking game it is. So, we start deploying. Now, this is the one game I attached Typhus to the Poxwalkers. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Aura. Grand Strategist lets them make an extra order. So we attach it, and the reason we attach it is there's a lot of chaff here, a lot of weak chaff that we can actually, if we get stuck into, can keep regenerating Poxwalkers. So this is the one game where we can actually use the Typhus tech with the Poxwalkers, which again is really cool at Poxwalkers because you don't need Typhus with them, but when the opportunity shows itself, and it really made a big difference this game. Anyone that watched it knew it basically, I think, won me the game, the Typhus tech in this one. So we start deploying now. He's got his Scions and his Accolons in reserves. I put my 3-man Lord of Contagion squad in reserves, and I think that's all I put in reserves actually. Oh no, sorry, I put 2 Predators again in reserves. Again, I keep trying this double Predator thing in reserves. This is probably one of the games where maybe I should have not done that, but you know, fuck it, we ball. So we start deploying. It's a weird L-shaped deployment. So I remember very clearly we had a Rogaldon down here, we had a Chimera here, we had a Chimera here, we had a Chimera up here, we had a Chimera here, and we had another Chimera behind this Chimera. We had a tank commander here, we had a tank commander here, obviously hiding him. It doesn't really hide him because we only had one Predator. Tank commander here, Basilisk up here. So, you know, a big wall of armor, which is obviously not great for a Death Guard player to see. Now, we start the Poxwalkers here, just about here, because, again, we can move forward a little bit. So, like, along this thin line here, because, again, remember the line's, like, here for the terrain. So they're sort of as far forward as they can get. I'm not really too worried if you want to shoot Poxwalkers. They're not sticking out this side of the wall. Just be aware of that. They're in the terrain. They're hiding. One unit Death Shroud down here. Another unit Death Shroud. Actually, no, these guys were here, and they Death Shroud were along the line here, so they're along this thin line here. So they're at the front like that. Again, behind the wall, whenever we're exposing stuff for free. Morty starts like here. I'm not super scared because Demolition Cannon's only 24-inch range, so I'm not super scared of getting shot by them. If he wants to bring his tanks that far forward, feel free. One Predator is just chilling back here. Again, it can pop out this side, this side. It was very important to keep Morty near the Death Shroud because Basilisk has -2 to move. So my thoughts in my head is turn 1, if I want to move out, he just flies to there, lets them ignore it, and then they can move forward. It's very annoying, though. It's very fucking annoying. We've got a unit of cultists that are up here, ready to scout up forward. We've got another unit of cultists down here. Typhus with the Poxwalkers, so just remember that. Typhus with Poxwalkers time. One bloat drone, two bloat drone doing a little combo up here. We've got a single squad of cult Nurglings here because I want to stop him scouting out. So he can, instead of scouting to like here, he can only scout to like here. Which is a bit foolish because we're playing Purge the Foe, and I was like, nah, I shouldn't really give him a kill turn 1. Probably a mistake on my part there. But at the same time, like I kind of wanted to stop some scouts. But I think probably in general that was a mistake, and I probably wouldn't do it again. So just be aware. I do make mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes. But to do that, we have to identify our mistakes. So I'm identifying this mistake, so you guys don't make this mistake. You're playing Purge the Foe, just don't give him a kill, because that would have been 4 points down for him. Because he's got to bring this out to do something. I can then kill that. I get 4 points. He doesn't. So yeah, silly Nurgling. So yeah. The game begins. Tim goes first, which did actually probably save me a little bit in this game. Now, I don't know if I actually have this on my phone scored. I think I actually do. Do I have this one? No, I think we scored it on Tim's, which is a bit unfortunate. Now, I do apologise for that. But I do remember this Chimera came flying on up here. So we had a Chimera here. Again, they were ordered to move. This Chimera is sort of like behind it. This Chimera, I believe, also came forward here. This Chimera tucked into this corner here. This Chimera sort of came forward here. And the rest of the tank banners and stuff all played along. This Basilisk shot a Death Shroud unit, which I'm just going to like go and ignore movement. It's fine, it's whatever. Now, I've scouted right against this wall here. So in my turn, I'm like, okay, let's... Oh, these Nurglings die to all this stuff, shooting them. It's like pew, pew, pew. I'm like, okay, let's get a kill. We need to make sure we get a kill. So these Death Shroud come against the wall here. Morty flies up to like here. I roll in advance for these guys and get them like weirdly like... Now, the map's very misleading. This gap here was actually like 1 Terminator wide. The map looks very misleading, but I actually had them 3 guys behind here, like 2 guys just behind this ruin. Like the angle for this tank commander to shoot them was like here. And if he wants to bring that there and get it charged, I was quite happy for that. So these guys are like strung out between this ruin and back here. These guys are chilling a bit. The Typhus and Poxwalkers move up as much as they can, but we can smite stuff. I've took -1 save again, by the way, guys. -1 save every time. The cultists have moved straight up to this Chimera here to get -1 save. Now, we've also moved these guys around a little bit here. This Predator here doesn't actually move. Does not move. He just chills because he can already see it. And we actually use Boil Blight stratagem. I think more actually comes more like that to make sure I've got the real ones to wound or just touching the back of his base. And we pop -1. We pop Boil Blight. Catachins are just strength for guardsmen, basically. When they charge, they get +1 strength, but they give scout to the Chimeras. So all these Chimeras got to scout, which is obviously pretty scary. Now, we shoot away this Predator, shoot our Predator at this Chimera, and we do pop it, which is really nice. So we got a kill, which is nice. Now the Catachin get out. Now, I wanted to then shoot the Catachins with my Cultists, again, with potentially -1 save. And with that, And this guy, unfortunately, was just out of range because obviously Tim deployed it, so he wasn't in range. Smart. But I was expecting, like, okay, if I shoot them with a cultist and then charge them, 10 cultists, I reckon, should kill, like, 10 catachans. Unfortunately, kind of whiffed a lot of the rolls. Only end up killing about 4 or 5 of them, so I'll lose a couple cultists back in return. But nothing crazy. But unfortunately, don't get to kill out there. So, my opponent's turn. He has the catachans that are in here get out. And then the catchings that are inside get back in that. So the 5 catchings are chilling in here now. Again. Stops the objective. These guys sort of just drive up to here. And he basically decides he's going to try and put some damage onto Militarum at this point. So he goes to shoot Morty with this Rogue Votann here, this tank commander here. And a lot of Hunter Killer Missiles start like coming on out. So a lot of Hunter Killer Missiles are going to shoot into Morty. And the Aquilons, I think this is the turn they do come back into my home objective here. I'm pretty sure this is the turn the Aquilons come down here. So he does some shooting. He actually does quite a bit of damage to Morty. He doesn't kill him, thankfully. We do obviously -1 to hit, but he does quite a bit of damage to him. So he's not dead. He's alive, and we're like, oh, okay. Next turn we have to make something happen. These cultists all do die up here though, so he does get purged there. So he picks up a unit. Now in our turn we're like, okay, we need to like make something happen now. So we're like, okay, this is the go turn. We're gonna connect now. So these Death Shroud move to here. We keep the Sorcerer out so we can shoot this Lehman Russ. So again we come out here with these guys. These guys come up to here. The Plague Drones come up to here, and I think these actually do shoot these guys this turn. And then we also bring on a Predator 1, a Predator 2. We bring on 2 Predators. Morty's come forward to support the guys. So we have left the Predators this time, but I think it was for the best. Only one Predator came down here, actually. Predator here, Predator there. Which I actually think was for the best. We needed to get stuck into the fight here. So we do some shootings here. We do some psychic shenanigans. And I think we managed to... We don't kill this. We want to keep this alive for a very specific reason. We are keeping this alive. We want to keep this one alive here. Now, we kill these guardsmen. These catchants die here. And we actually managed to shoot the crap out of this tank commander. And I can't even remember if we kill this tank commander. I'd have to check the VOD on it, because I know there's a tank commander that we get very low. We do kill it, yeah, because I remember now, because he fired on Death and he asked the stream who to target when it fired on Death, and they all picked Morty. Morty takes the hits, thankfully lives on but he's low. He's on like 4 wounds at this point. He's very low. So now what we do is, well, the reason we didn't do this is we charge everything into here because we want the movement. We want all the movement we can get. So everyone charges onto this unit here. The Death Shroud actually come around the back here. These guys come here. And these guys charge this Chimera, but we make sure we don't go on the objective, because the Scions get 4 rolls to hit if I go on objective. This mission is hold 1, hold more. So me taking him off this doesn't matter. He's going to hold 1 regardless. He's not going to hold more. So I'm not going to stand on the objective for no reason. Now we pop this with Morty. And then the cultists, the guards, the catchings get out here. And then because we haven't activated this unit yet, we made it in such a way that basically this unit would be able to pile into these catchans here and wipe them out. So those catchans die there. We pop this one here, and the catchans also get out here. So we have killed a lot of his goddamn catchans, which feels good. Now, he does reinforce one of the catchans, so unfortunately one of these bloody catchin units does go back into strategic reserves. But overall, quite happy with that. We've done quite a bit of damage back. Now, and Morty's consolidated forward. My opponent's turn. This fella comes to here. This fella comes to here. Morty is getting shot again. Now this, he doesn't actually reinforce that squad. That squad's just dead. I know what he does. He moves this squad here, gets overwatched on purpose, so he can reinforce it. So this squad is now the reinforcements. So that one is dead. But then he just gets out the 10 guys out here to keep that objective off me. So he calls that. These, he does pick up the... He shoots Morty. Morty dies. Morty explodes, which is very annoying. Does some mortals here, mortals there, which is obviously not ideal for us. These guys come to here like that, so they've shot Morty. I think he put some wounds onto this Predator here as well. Doesn't kill it, put some wounds onto it. He's staying just outside of charge range. He's not getting anywhere near the Death Shroud. He's move blocking him with these guys as well, which is really smart, so I can't get past them to kill the tanks, which is smart of him. And now he does Basilisk into my Death Shroud here, so they'll move 2 inches because Morty's dead, which is not great. So these guys are slow as fuck now. So they're going to make this objective their home at this point, which is, you know, unfortunate. Now I do... these guys back here did get shot by our little plink weapons from here. They did fail the charge last turn. They were doing an action. They get battle shocked this turn, so even though they have killed off my cultist, they're battle shocked, so they walk onto my home objective but don't hold it because they're battle shocked. So we're just going to pick them with the Predators next turn, so it's not an issue. We do rapid ingress the Lord of Contagion up here, who's just going to make a charge into this Chimera here. There wasn't really much where else I could really put it. Like I could put it like... There was a reason I couldn't put it here. I think he actually had 10 guys out there instead of out there. Yeah, because the drones didn't kill anything. Yeah, 10 guys were in here screening me. So yeah, I had to come like here. There's still 5 guys in this damn thing, and there's 10 more in reserves. So they... that's basically all that kills, though. These drones, more like that, I think, actually. You are... What are you doing, drone? I think one of these drones actually died to some random shots. Because I don't remember having 2 here, but maybe I did. Maybe like that. Because I remember at this point, I made this charge here. So my turn, I made this... Yeah, I moved down here. I made this charge here. Killed this. The 5 guardsmen got out. I couldn't obviously consolidate into them, which is a bit annoying. These guys absolutely murderized. These cultists, these guards... yeah, they're catchings there. These guys got picked up at home. So I'm getting kill more a lot, which is really important to get us kill more. One of these guys moves forward. We try to kill this tank commander. So we draw forward here. This tank commander is more like this, actually, because I remember I could see it with this and this. So these guys shoot this tank commander. Unfortunately, we don't kill it. We drop it to like 5 wounds. I then charge it with the bloat drone and tank shock it, but only do 2 mortals, so it's alive on like 3 wounds or something like that, which is a little annoying. Now, Tim's turn. So it's Predator's more like... Predator came down here to this. Yeah, he was shooting down this lane with it, because I remember them being next to each other. Tim's turn, he brings in the Scions over here. So the Scions take the objective, and they shoot this Death Shroud squad from full to dead in 1 volley. Like, these guys fucking hurt. When I say these guys hurt, oh my god, they hurt. They even have some spare shots to point to Boxwalkers, which really hurts. But yeah, those Death Shroud go bye-bye real quick. The tank commander falls back, as he's warrant to. This tank commander comes here, absolutely obliterates this dude here. This Dawn drops this Predator to like a wound, I think. It's not much, he's got barely anything left. And then he's brought on his reinforcements back here because he had another objective, I think. No, not yet, that was next turn. This keeps him off for now. So my turn comes along, this drone floats over to here, starts spraying some guys here. The Poxwalkers have took a bit of a pounding at this point. They've been hurt quite a little bit, but we're okay. We move towards Tim's Sounds, and he shoots us with his Overwatch, and he kills like another 6 of them. But in the shooting phase, we use our Typhus ability to do D6 mortal wounds. We do roll a 6, very luckily, and we use the 6 guys we resurrect to spawn closer to them to shorten the distance of the charge. And then that makes our charge go from a 9-inch charge to like a 6-inch charge, which is crazy. So that's really good for us there. This Predator goes to move, and I think he gets overwatched and killed, annoyingly. Now, at this point, Tim has fallen back with everything, because he doesn't want to give me free kills. He wants to sort of like stop me getting purged and kill more. We do make the charge with the Poxwalkers up here. These Catchans get melted by these guys. We've got the Spitter and the Drone, which is really nice. We kill all of the Scions in close combat, which puts us back to 20 Poxwalkers, which is kind of funny. But now we're in a little bit of a pickle because we've lost all our free kills. This drone gets picked up by these 2. And he brings in these 10 guys back here because he needs to score. So, in our turn, we basically can only kill these 10 Catchans. So, okay, we'll drive these 2 Preds like this and this. And we have long-range shots to go into these 5 guardsmen. Remember, it's just 5 guardsmen. And then Typhus and all the little shots can go here. And we whiff it both. Typhus rolls a 1, hurts himself. We kill 2 guardsmen, and the other 2 are hidden behind the wall. And we kill like 4 guardsmen here. We don't get a single kill. So my opponent goes from having 4 on primary to 8. And I go from what should have been an easy 15 on primary to an 8. Because I still, thank God, hold more, which is the saving grace here. Now, in the final turn, Tim realizes basically that he gets Storm Hostile Objective. So if this Dawn drives into here, he takes it, as long as he kills 3 Death Shroud. The 2 tank commanders move down. If the Death Shroud are killed enough that he can storm the objective, and if he kills the Death Shroud, which will score him primary for 4 points, he pretty much wins the game unless I get God secondaries. Now, his secondaries, he draws his turn at ass. He gets Storm and the other one's undoable. So he shoots away with both tank commanders and the Dawn. Thank God he didn't have the CP for a tank shock. I pop -1 to hit, and he low rolls his shots, and we live with the Sorcerer and 2 Death Shroud. And he doesn't have tank shock, thank God. Even the Chimera got in on that shooting. And so all we have to do now in our final turn is basically get a kill. And 1 kill will be kill more, and we have all these guys in the corner here. We drive the Predators right up to them. We make sure that unit dies there. And that was pretty much game there. But it means that we got an 82-75 victory. It was pretty damn tense, because obviously I'd have been 4 down. He'd have been 4 up. So I'd have been 78-79 to him if that last turn would have flipped around like that, which is obviously quite scary. But thank God that wasn't the case there. So in the end, we managed to get the win. It was an absolutely cracking game. I had a load of fun playing against Tim. Thank you very much for the game, Mordy. It was real fun. So round 3, we're against Votann. So we've got triple Hecaton Land Fortress here. Once again, we're going to slap on the -1 save because Votann just don't have invulnerable saves. So 3 Land Fortresses, 2 Sagittars, 3 squads of Half Guard on the fortresses, a unit of infiltrating, and 3 squads of 3 bikes. So this one here, it's the one with extra objectives. So this objective in the middle isn't here. It's under this ruin here and under this ruin here. It's hidden supplies. Now this one is also, I have got the score for this one against Law. Oh, I didn't think you changed your name. Oh yeah, Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence Walsh. So this is Burden of Trust. This is where you have to say you're going to guard something. Now, in this one, we deploy our to deployment. So we put our Poxwalkers over here on the line because I want them to come and threaten this objective. We have Bloat Drone, who's going to be on home duty all game this game. Now we put Lord of Contagion with a big 6-man squad this game because he has land fortresses and I want to kill them. So the Lord of Contagion swaps out. I'm not really too worried about the melee too much. So Lord of Contagion goes with a 6-man. The Sorcerer goes with a 3-man this time. Again, keep flexible, keep changing stuff. It'll make you do a lot better. So we have Cultists go on the line here. If we get up here, we can obviously just scout into here, which is nice. Nurglings we do put behind this wall because I don't want him to get infiltrated. It's my first drop. I don't want him to infiltrate right onto the objective with these guys. Annoyingly, infiltrating against Votann does kind of give them command points for free because they'll just grudge token it and kill it turn 1. But, yeah, whatever. I'd rather him not get this objective straight away and make him have to do something about it. We continue with our Death Shroud right in this corner here. We put the 6-man in reserves, and we put a 3-man just here who's just literally going to walk up to the wall and just take that. That's all we want. We put 1 Predator down here, actually, and we actually keep the others in reserves as well. Morty is just chilling here. And then we have Typhus in reserves. Other unit of Cultists is just over... I think they're over here. Yeah, like here-ish. Just so they get... Oh, they're over here, so they can get onto the... push up to the objective if they need to. And the other unit of Nurglings is just chilling in here because... reasons. Oh, they were here. They were just screening back here. Does sound keep cutting out? Let me know, chat, if sound's cutting out for everyone. Hopefully not. And we have the Bloat Drone over here as well. My opponent goes 1 Hecachunk, 2 Hecachunk, 1 Sagittar, 2 Sagittar. The Jaegers are in here. And we goes Bike, Bike, Bike. These guys are all inside the Hecatons. And then we have a unit of warriors there. 2 warriors are obviously in the Sagittars. And a unit of warriors just here. So we've got quite a few guys. Now, I do have the score for this one, so we can actually keep up. Let's see who went first. I think my opponent went first. Yeah, opponent went first. So my opponent's going first. So he goes on his first turn, and he gets his scout. This Sagittar comes to like here, I scouted to like here in my cultist, so he can shoot these guys if he wants to do the Sagittor. He's just sticking out about there. These Hecatons just sort of move up a little bit. They're not really scared of my shooting, which is fair enough. This Sagittor comes to here. The Jaegers come for a charge into the Nurglings because they want that CP in to finish them off. But that's about all that happens first turn for him. It's not too much. His secondaries were to no prisoners and bring it down. So, is that him or is that me? Oh no, he'd have no prisoners and bring it down. And this bloat drone here, I think I must have marked down wrong because he's got to bring it down for 4 points first turn. I definitely didn't lose a fucking anything else here important. I didn't lose a vehicle for turn 1, that's for fucking sure. But the Jaegers, they do shoot and then charge into the Nurglings, they do get them. This Sagittor here kills a few cultists. I think I've probably put the secondaries in wrong for this one, which is my bad. Oh no, he got 0 points for it. He kept it. There you go. That's why it's friggin' Tabletop Battles app. He doesn't score anything this turn. He just kills the Nurglings, gets his command points. It is what it is. I also draw Bring It Down and a behind enemy lines, so behind enemy lines isn't happening. But Bring It Down is a Sagittor right here, so like cool. This guy just gonna pop his head out. We move this cultist scout up. We just sort of like move up a bit. We're just like, yeah, come on, we'll advance this. So if he wants to put out 5 guys, we can potentially just overwatch them. And I'm like, okay, let's. I wonder what we can do. So I'm like, can we do the thing? So I'm like, okay, these cultists are gonna just chill in this corner here. We're gonna put Morty like here. I'm gonna put Morty here. We're just like wing behind the terrain. We're just gonna see again what happens because I want to kill these Jaegers here. The bloat were together because you stayed at home. That was it. You came out here to flame these guys. Again, it comes back to me. Just come back to me. Poxwalkers have moved up to the corner here just to get right against the wall in my first turn because they're gonna go and charge this next turn. And between Morty and the Sprayers, we do kill the Jaegers, which is really nice. The Predator also pops the Sagittor, which is again real nice. So we have killed. I bring it down. The Warriors just hop out to here. Again, they're just gonna probably run forward next turn. Is what it is. But yeah, not much. We gotta bring it down, kill, and we get that, and we're sort of happy because we've infected this because our cultists were holding it. So we're happy with that. So my opponent comes turn 2. He draws Bring It Down and Recover Assets. Morty's obviously in the open, and he wants to kill Morty. Now, Morty has been double grudge token, so he's got +1 to hit and wound. Hecaton comes to here. Hecaton comes to here. Oh, the third Hecaton, sorry, is here. This Hecaton comes around to here. And Morty is about to get what we call in the business lit the fuck up. Now, he does have Recover Assets, so he starts with this Sagittor and the guys on his home field. The bikes have went into reserves and came back like here, again to shoot Morty. So Morty's about to get quite a bit shot. So we do pop the -1 to, whatchamacallit, the -1 to be hit. And you know what? It's actually not bad because it's a lot of bolt cannon shots. The conversion beam still need force to wound him. I have a 4 invulnerable against it. All the bolt cannons I'm basically just going to be taking on 3-up saves. I've got my feel no pain still. So I'm actually not super worried about all the stuff back here is like AP1, so I'm not really too forced to get 3-up saves against it. So we're like, okay, yeah, we can take this. Now what we do is we do rapid ingress into this terrain here with the Lord of Contagion squad. So next turn you can kind of guess what's going to be happening here. We're gonna be full sending it next turn. Now he doesn't kill Mortarion here, thank God. These Warriors walk on here and do deny me primary, but that's about it. And he started to recover assets. We don't actually lose anything. So my turn comes along. I get Mark for Death and extend battle lines. So Mark for Death, he picks 3 things I'm never going to touch, as always, because Mark for Death is a terrible secondary. We bring out Lord of Contagion. We've took -1 save. The cultists move in advance and they get like a 6, so they're going to come up here. So they're going to be giving out all the -1 save to all of this stuff here. We bring on the 2 Predators here. 1 Predator, 2 Predator. This Predator comes up this corner here, so it can shoot it down. And we are going to absolutely shoot everything we've got. Typhus even comes down to join in the fun. And we go as hard as we can into this back Hecaton Line Fortress. And these guys have moved out to go and charge Sagittor. This thing's moved forward just to buy space. These guys have just spread out here. And we do pop it. We do end up shooting this thing to death. Turns out when you've got AP4 las cannons shooting at you and you can't Armor of Contempt them, there's not much you can do, and you're taking D6 mortal wounds as well. So that goes bang and dies. It comes to there. The Lord of Contagion then charges onto the Hecaton here. We string one guy back onto our infected objective so that we can then use the can sustain stats 2, which then pops that guy pretty damn easily. So now we've killed 2 Hecaton land fortresses. These guys here got absolutely picked up by. We brought these guys out. Just us, the cultists, I think, we murdered them. We keep these guys hidden for now. They can't. Oh, but the sorcerer was walking out here as well. We're doing the mass expose now. We're trying to overwhelm. So we have the sorcerers firing as well. He's over here. He came out, shot his sorcerer out. So we're trying to just put out mass pressure and just be like, yeah, you can't kill all this at once. So we're really happy with that. 2 Hecatons dead, which are the scariest things here. And now into my opponent's turn. Oh, we made this charge and we wrapped this Sagittor as well as AutoC in the point, which is really, really nice. So in his turn, he gets Bring It Down and Overwhelming Force. Now, he kill these cultists here and these cultists here with little grenade shots to get Overwhelming Force. This Hecaton does actually end up killing Mortarion. Finally, plus all the bikes shot him as well. This one reserved. They all came back here. It is what it is. It's sometimes it just do be like that. But Mortarion's dead. Oh well. But then in his turn, he charges into the Lord of Contagion squad. Kills like 2 or 3 of their sharks. They don't have -1 damage, these guys, but then the clapback eradicates them, which is quite nice. So comes to our turn. We get containment and no prisoners. So I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine, we can do that. This bloat drone floats over here and does containment. This predator here does actually end up. Do you give it shooting? I think you actually do. Yeah. Oh no, these guys slowly just literally trundle to the side. They do containment, and we have the 2 predators back here. Stay still. These guys walk forward, boil blight one of these squads, and the predators go bang bang and kill 2 squads of bikes. These guys have moved forward with Typhus. This squad gets picked up pretty brutally. This Hecaton still exists with 5 guys in it, but I'm not too worried at this point. The Sagittor here can't disembark guys because we fully wrapped it, so they're trapped in there forever. And yeah, I mean, like, he's lost most of his fighting force. He's got a Hecaton really, 3 bikes, and some dudes inside. That's about all he can do. So in his turn, he does get containment behind enemy lines. So this bike squad does come back in, does do containment. This squad moves out, does containment. So he just actually get max on those. There's not much you can do about that. It is what it is. This fella disembarks his guys. They all shoot this thing here. The Lord of Contagion squad. They do actually manage to finish it off, but with a charge and some mortals on the charge as well. But again, it's not too bad. Our turn comes in. We get area denial and assassination. There is a character in the squad, so 6 Death Shroud applied to face. This predator came and charged the Hecaton just to stop it be a bit annoying and block it so it can't get out of here anywhere. We consolidate back onto the objective for area denial. This fight has been going on for ages. The Sagittor's down to like 4 wounds at this point. But the ongoing fight of struggle here. Bloat drones just push in case we get behind enemy lines, even though I think we've already had it, but you never know. We've obviously been guarding this objective with these guys this entire time, and this thing's been guarding this objective the entire time. And then I start saying it with the Poxwalkers because they're not dying, they're just trapped in combat and they're holding it, so they'll start guarding that. Final turn, opponent draws engage on all fronts. He actually does just do a fallback with this thing, drives it to here, and then I think his guys disembark into this quarter, so he's got like quarter. It's like quarter. So he's got 4 quarters because his bike's still alive because I kind of forgot to shoot them. I forgot they were there. My bad. And he has Storm Hostile Objective, which he does actually manage to get. He runs these guys out here, and I could have overwatched him with, I had 1 guy poking out of his flame, but I was like, yeah, whatever at this point, it doesn't really matter. I'd rather keep the CP for my turn, in case I need to redraw. My turn, I get secure no man's land and recover assets. This bloat drone goes into his deployment, starts recovering. These guys just behind here start recovering. He starts recovering because none of this is going to kill him. Typhus runnels over, mortal wounds finishes that thing off. This thing here is just being like, these guys get sprayed off here, and then we pretty much just shoot these things away. Containment, you have to do different board edges. But when I did containment, I had, do you mean mine or his? Because I had this over here and this over here, so I had both right. On his, he had containment for this board edge, and then his bites came and did my back edge. So even though they're in the corner, they chose to do the back edge here. But that was pretty much all she wrote, really. Just, again, that one turn where we just, like, literally crash into them and just killed the 2 hecatons and a bunch of bikes after that. We just took the teeth out of the list, and Morty, once again, took 2 turns of the entire army shooting him. Probably just shouldn't have shot Morty. But at the same time, like the fella had said, it's his first proper event, so for him to be 2 1-less points, well done to him. And I think it's just a learning exercise, so going forward, don't, like, put everything you got into Mortarion, because it was a big bait, especially when these things are in reserves, because they're just going to pop up and whatever you've exposed to shoot Mortarion, they're going to come in at the edge to be able to get the fire back on you. But that was a 99-55 victory. Now this one, round 4, so we've slept on this one. We get Rory, Andrews and Custodes. Now anyone that knows me, knows, and also Anarchy, thank you so much for going to Plague Marine for 4 months, mate. Massively appreciate it. And not a War Dog in sight, I'm so proud. We're back to it. We've dropped all the War Dogs. Get out of that shit. We're back to Death Guard. So anyone that knows me knows I have a reputation for killing Custodes. Now, I haven't lost to Custodes in an event, but Rory scares me. Rory is an insanely good player, and he's very good with his Custodes. So, against a list like this, I'm not scared of Custodes, I'm scared of Rory. And this game would be insane. And I fucked this game up, really. I won't lie. I think I probably should have done better than I did. But, we learn from our mistakes. So, Rory is rocking a Blade Champion, a Colored Assassin, Inquisitor Draxus, who is mega annoying, 2 squads of 4 Prosecutors, which are the Sisters with Bolt Guns, 1 squad of 4 with the Flamers, Sisters again, 1 squad of Custodian Guard, 5-man with 4 Spears and 1 Shield. That Shield is actually really annoying. Giving one guy 4 wounds is super fucking annoying. 1 squad of Custodian Wardens, so these guys are the ones per game for Feel No Pain. And then he has a lot of Venatari, so these are the guys that can all rapid ingress in the same turn. So in 1 turn, all 3 squads can rapid ingress if they want to. And on top of that, 2 of the disgusting Caladius Grav Tanks, which I hate. They're so goddamn scary. Now we're playing on Scorched Earth, Corner Deployment. So, right, okay. Deployment time. Ooh, Tackle Thursday. That sounds pretty good, Christopher. I am jealous. So we put Morty back here. I'm being really safe because if the 2 Caladius see Morty, they do an average kill him. So we have to be real fucking careful of that. We put a unit of Nurglings just in the centre in case we want to get Brawl in there. And we put another unit of Nurglings here, but not on the line because we don't get charged. They're just going to chill on the point. We put a unit of Death Shroud right in here against the wall as much as we can. Another unit up here, so like behind the wall. Cultists are on the line so they can advance into this corner here. I want to kind of like control this objective up here, but it kind of don't go that well. You'll see. We have 1 Predator on the table as well. 2 in reserves once again. Again, we keep trying this. Lord of Contagion is back with the 3-man squad this time. Poxwalker's a solo again. The Bloat Drone, we put 1 in reserves actually, because I was thinking, this map is quite big. Look at the deployment, it's huge. And they don't have tons of models. So if I just keep a Bloat Drone in reserves that can threaten to come in on any of these board edges here, it's going to really stretch where he puts his models because he can't push out and leave this much open space, because if he's only got 4 Sisters on his home and this thing shows up, he'll kill him pretty goddamn easily. I'll pay a CB for extra APR to reroll the shots. So we put it to reserves more as a potential threat rather than actually like hoping it's going to do anything. Okay, we put a Bloat Drone just here. We put our Poxwalkers on the line because this is, again, one of those games where we ask the opponent the question. If I put these Poxwalkers here, and they start to move on to this objective, what does the Custode player do to it? The only thing that can kill it in 1 activation is one of his big, scary melee units. And if they want to come out and trade their lives for 100-point Poxwalkers, I'll fucking take that trade. So, we're like, okay, cool, they're just going to chill there. Other squad of cultists have just come into the middle here because they're just going to scout behind this thing. And everyone else is in reserves. My opponent puts, these are the Flamer Girls. Yeah, the Flamer Girls. So he gets 1 squad of Bolt Guns at home. The Flamer Girls have Scout, they're like here. Another squad of Bolt Gun Girls here. 1 Caladius Grav Tank, scary fucking, God, I hate these things, they're so scary. Other Caladius Grav Tank. Assassin's in reserves. No, she's not. She's like at the back because she can just up it down, can't she? Shield Guard with Inquisitor Draxus, which gives her... It's really annoying because it gives her 4 rolls to wound if they're on an objective and double shoot once per game, and her gun is fucking scary. It's like anti-infantry free up dev wounds with 2 damage and 6 shots, so real fucking scary. And the Wardens come up over here, and the Fenatari are all in reserves. So, opponent gets first turn, and he moves and advances this Custodian Guard squad, because they have assault weapons, to here so that he can see the Poxwalkers. This Cladius Grav Tank moves up to here so it can again see the Poxwalkers. This Cladius Grav Tank comes to here so it can see the Poxwalkers. These sisters have scouted up to like here, and these Boltgun sisters are just like here. So, and these Wardens have moved up. They can't get to the objective just yet, but they're obviously going for it over there. So, he opens up with all of this stuff. Draxus included as well. And they shoot the crap out of the Poxwalkers. And they drop them to 6 models. So these guys get slammed pretty goddamn hard. I'm like, ouch. Now we keep the models that are at the front. We could have potentially taken away so we couldn't get line of sight. But yeah, there's a reason for that. And we'll get there. So they're not feeling too great, these Poxwalkers. But it has made him expose a fair amount of stuff. So like, okay, that's pretty good. Now, I went second in this game as well, which is kind of a big deal as well. So I have got the scores for this one. Let me get it up. So Rory, first turn he had Mark for Death, Bring It Down. So he's not getting any of them. So unfortunately, I get Containment and Bring It Down, which isn't much great either. Which is bloody annoying. Fucking Containment, man. I hate Containment so goddamn much. So we've scouted them in there as well, and those guys up against this wall. I always forget to show my scout moves, so my bad. So we have the Poxwalkers here move, and they advance. So what we actually do is we actually measure it out. I'm looking at the guy's range to here. If I get a 5 on advance, I can actually get in contagion range of, well, within 6 of these guys here, string enough back, and if I get more into this corner, I can actually use the contagion extension range to put these guys in contagion. Now, these guys actually pass morale, which is really nice. So we actually go with it. So we've picked extend contagion range. These guys roll a 6 on the advance. So they string out all the way back because you've got 2-inch coherency. And these guys are now within containment range. We pop. So because of that, we decide to put the Sorcerer's Head through the wall and this Predator here, because these are all flat 3 damage shots. And we're going to see if we can just wipe out a couple of these Shield Guard, and I'll be very, very happy with that. This Bloat Drone is advanced to here, so he's just chilling there. We just kind of want him to be like, okay, you want to come to the middle to do something, we can maybe kill that. So we have we have containment. These guys walk out to here and just do a quick cheeky containment. I was expecting to get shot, but they actually end up not getting shot, which is kind of happy. These guys have moved into the wall. So we fire everything with Boil Blight on, so these Custodes are not getting cover. They're at -1 save, and we fire our Predator, which is all flat damage 3 plus las cannons. Las cannons go there as well. We're not even going to bother shooting this Cladius here. We're not even going to bother with that shit, because we ain't killing that thing. And we fire our Sorcerers once per game, flat damage 3 gun at them as well. Rory says to me, please don't roll 6 on your shots. I roll 6 on my Sorcerer shots. I fire 12 flat damage 3 shots at these Custodes. We hit with 10 of them. We wound with 9 of them. We are balling. We're like, okay, Mr. Custode player, take 9 4-up invulnerables. Every single one you fail, a guy dies. He then rolls them, 8 out of 9 4-ups. Fuck. Kill one dude. Brilliant. Love Custodes. But it's okay, we got Predator. Predator shoots. Fires the auto cannon. 5 wounds we land. So we're doing pretty goddamn well, Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, but hey, we're doing well. So we go, take 5 wounds. Again, flat damage 3. On your 4-up invulnerable. Every single one will kill a dude. 5 wounds, rolls 4 4-up invulns. I killed 2 out of that. What the fuck? So we only killed 2 Shield Guard of what should realistically be fucking dead. Which is mega annoying. Yeah, classic Custodes moment. So this Custodes took a bit of a hit, and I'm like, oh, that ain't good. Because again, if I'd have wiped this squad, I'd have been happy with that, because then, like, that's an okay trade. Because I'm expecting this Predator to get absolutely clapped next turn. It is what it is. But, you know, 4-ups do be like that. So, but we do get containment for 1 quarter here on this board edge, which isn't too bad. So Rory's turn. He gets area denial and cleanse. So these sisters move on to here. The Warriors move on to here, so there's 2 cleanses there. And these sisters move and advance onto here. And I overwatch them with my blood drone, because of course I'm gonna. They're 1 wound sisters, and I roll like a 4 on the shots. Unfortunately, so the sisters don't die, and he will get area bloody denial. This Cladius moves up to here, because he wants to like just absolutely obliterate this Predator here. This one moves to here, and this one shoots at the bloat drone, bangs it instantly. He shoots at the Predator down here, and also bangs that one instantly. Now, just at the end of his movement phase, I was like, okay, I'm going to rapid ingress something, but what? What do we rapid ingress here? The obvious choice for me was probably to just put like Lord of Contagion squad here, and then they come and try and punch this thing to death. But I was like, you know what would be better? Oh, these guys got like murdered, by the way. The rest of the Poxwalkers got murdered. So I was like, okay, what if though? What if instead we rapid ingress this drone here? Because this one has to shoot this drone. He's gonna have to, otherwise I'm just gonna like kill the sisters next turn. So I can actually put it behind the wall so it can't get shot. Yeah. What if I rapid ingress here with this drone? Because then next turn, because he's quite away from the wall, he doesn't want to be near the wall. Because next turn, I can then fly to like here and actually get contagion on all of these units here. Which is kind of important. Contagion is so big for Death Guard, especially -1 savings Custodes. So I actually go with this play. I'm like, okay, we'll bring the drone in here. Oh, thank you very much, Kevin, for coming to Plague Marine. Massively appreciate the support, mate. Thank you so much for coming to Plague Marine, buddy. Again, if you've become a Plague Marine, whether you've been gifted or done it yourself, go to our YouTube homepage, go to the community tab, scroll down a little bit, you'll find a link to join our Discord page and get yourself involved in there. So we do this play. So that blood drone gets picked up, gets banged, this Predator gets 1-tapped instantly. The Wardens don't expose themselves because they are shit scared of the Death Shroud, and I should have picked up on this. He wouldn't come and fight the Death Shroud, but I was mortified of old memories of Custodes, and I didn't want to fight him either. So I should have been more ballsy with my melee here, but I wasn't. And it's my own fault. But my turn comes along. So he gets Area Denial and Cleanse. I get Area Denial and Recover Assets. This guy is actually not here because I only have to kill these to get Area Denial. So we have the Terminators walk through the wall, and they're like, okay, I can get a charge off over here. I can spray down over here. This guy comes to here, so now he's got like contagion range and all this stuff here, which is great. Mortarion peeks his head around. He was more like here, to be honest. He peeks his head around the corner. His wingtip can see some Custode Guard. Brilliant. He can also see the sisters, but we don't want to shoot them. We want to charge them because we want the movement. And then we bring in the double Predator from reserves again. So we're both within 6 of mortar here. And these guys are hopefully going to do some damage to that Cladius because we want to get it gone. We also bring in Typhus here because Typhus then has options what he wants to smite. He can smite the Shield Guard or he can smite this tank up here. Don't really want to smite sisters because they have a 3-up invulnerable, but you know, it is what it is. So, you know how the Custodes spiked the 4-ups before? And that was like real annoying. But you know, it happens. It's the Custodes effect. Well, the Lord taketh, the Lord giveth. Because we go, okay, we'll shoot these Predators into the Cladius. We're going to use this 1 command point for Boil Blight. And the first Predator shoots and fucking 1-taps it. The little Predator that could 1-taps a Cladius. Just pop, gone. I was so impressed. I was so happy with that boy. He got highlighted when he got home. So yeah, we've killed the Cladius. Massive, absolutely massive, because now that's a big threat to Morty gone. And again, I should have realised this. I should have got more aggressive with Morty, but I don't, as you'll see, which makes it be way closer than it probably should be. The sprayers from this drone absolutely annihilate the sisters. The sprayers plus Typhus Mortals plus Morty will be shooting from the wingtip. Kill the rest of the shield guard here. We are having a ball. Oh, this Cladius came down here to stop me getting into the backline. So real good so far. Death Shroud charge into this. Now these guys here, I actually moved in advanced and I've walled off an L I'm on the other side of the wall with an L to stop these Custodes wardens walking through. Again, why? Why am I scared of them? I should be taking the fight to them. But again, I'm still scarred. So I'm like, okay, cool. I will just ward you off. So there's a giant L around this wall. So these guys actually can't get down or out. So we're trying to hold them there. We make the charge into the Sisters. 6 Death Shroud into Sisters. Don't need to tell you what happens there. So my opponent now, he's going to... I've brought down as well... I brought down... Did I do that? No, not yet. So I get area denial. Oh, I'd recover assets. So I have these guys here start doing it. Plus, I think I had someone back here do it. Oh, I think Typhus. Was Typhus doing it? Oh, these guys walked back into my home field. That was it. And started doing it. Because again, I blocked this off here. So we had some recover assets going on. Yay. I love recover assets. I love actions. So my opponent's turn comes, so Rory comes along. And Rory's turn 3. He gets containment. So he brings his doodad over there. Like that. And then these guys walk to the walls. So he does containment on the back edge here. And the Cladius does containment over here. These colours ran home, actually. Instead, they ran back there, yeah. I'm about to say, I definitely had someone home. So he gets containment for Max. Not much you can do about that. He got assassination, but he's not going to kill Morty. He brings this tank round. He out-OCs my squad as long as he kills 2 guys, I think it is. And the tank shoots and does kill 2 guys. So, unfortunately, I lose the objective there. But not too bad because we're still holding here. Now, in my turn, I get behind enemy lines and no prison. Now, in his turn, I have rapid ingress into here, which was scary because I could get shot by this Custodes. But again, the logic was, if the Custodes is going to shoot the Lord of Contagion back here, it can't out-OC the guys on the point. So, realistically, he's not going to shoot this Lord of Contagion. So I'm like, cool, I will do the ballsy play. I will put Lord of Contagion back there, and I will be safe. And he didn't shoot it, which is great. So, coming to my turn, I have... Oh, we twat this thing back. It charges and tank shocks as well to kill another dude. We twat it back. We don't kill it. We drop it like 4. We drop it like 8 wounds or something like that, which is a bit annoying. Then in my turn, I get no prisoners and behind enemy lines. So I move up here to spray some Sisters and potentially charge with a 5-inch charge. We want to kill this thing here. These guys just pop the head out with the flamers to kill this Custodes assassin up here. Typhus and co move up. The Predators move up to shoot this fella here. And again, why am I just not engaging these things? Because I can't hold goddamn primary for shit. This is the first turn I've held more than 1 primary because of this bloat drone here. And Rory then ingresses in. Ingress. He goes 1 ingress there. He goes 1 ingress here. And the big 6-man over here. So if I make this charge here, he can heroic. So I'm like, okay, look, I have behind enemy lines. If I charge and get heroic and die, I don't score that. So I actually just shoot them off, shoot the Sisters, and then we're like, okay, we'll not make the charge. We'll take our behind enemy line points. Oh, hello, Kirby. We do kill the Cosplayer for no prisoners, so we got some good no prisoner points there, and we do manage to finish this thing off with the Preds don't kill this, even though it's on 8 wounds. They shoot it and don't kill it. It ends up being the melee that finishes it off. So it's funny, you go from 1 tapping and full Custodes from full health to literally doing nothing. These new ones have moved through as well. Last turn they moved like here, just in case I need to charge. So, and it was to push back the screens. Rory's turn, and again, this is what Rory's so good. It's the one problem with this list. The lack of OC kills me. Rory's once again going to hold me to a single primary here. Because what he does is he flies these guys over to here. I've only got 4 guys. I've only got 3 guys on it actually now because I took some more damage. Oh, he's on the dinosaur. Sorry, Kirby's on the dinosaur. So he puts 4 OC on it and out OCs me. So I'm held to 1 primary. He puts all the wardens against the wall now, so we can get them all. So he's like 15 OC over here. So the cultists don't get any points. And then these Venatari come down, charge the Nurglings, kill them. The 6-man goes and absolutely fucking murder fucks that squad. I don't even pop -1 damage. There's no point. It's just way too many swings. These guys die, and then he consolidates onto the point. So again, the lack of OC here was what kept Rory so well in the game. Rory was out OCing me like a goddamn champ. He was just knowing where to be to make sure I don't hold primary. So super well played to him on that front. And it was such a nightmare. I just wish I had either some Plague Marines or like a War Dog. Although I'm not going to take a War Dog. I refuse to do it. But still, I wish I had something with OC. But again, why wasn't I playing more ballsy? Why wasn't I going, fuck off, this is mine, stand here, charge, kill? And why wasn't I just putting, like, Morty last turn should have just bloody advanced and gone on the point, just tip him on the point. I didn't need him to charge the Custodes. I didn't really need his shooting, I should have just moved and advanced him. But again, stupid, we learn from our mistakes. I'm not used to playing a list like this. Prometheus Williams as well, thank you, congratulations for the $4, $5 super chat. Congratulations on the big win, Aiden, and greetings to all my Plague brethren, stay rotten. And Kevin Peter, thank you very much, Prometheus Williams, massively appreciate it, mate. Thank you. And yeah, stay rotten as well yourself, mate. Kevin Peters, long time lurker, but about time I give you some support for doing great work for our Sneaky Boys. I really appreciate the lovely comment there, mate. And yes, Chris, I hate Cladius Graph Tanks too. I was so happy to see it one tapped. Lazy Chicken, thank you so much for the one gifted membership as well. I will get you some tacos. My turn on turn 4. So again, I only get one single 5 points for primary. I'm like, okay, this isn't great. I drive this tank into here because he needs to like start burning. We need to like get some stuff done. We come here. Well, okay, cool. We can try and kill these guys. He comes up to come and deal with these fellas here. It's not an issue. We're just going to ignore this squad back here. And now these guys are moving back here, by the way. I move and advance this squad roll 6. So I managed to get all the models, literally all of them, onto this objective here. So we've got 50, 16, 17 OC here. On this objective. We have 17 OC on it. And I start burning it to try and make him do something right. I want him to come out and do something right. This squad dies here. We got very lucky this turn. We got secure no man's land and extend in the same turn. So we score all of that straight away. So coming into Rory's last turn, he figures out that he draws engage in all fronts and storm hostile objective. He needs to stop me burning. So he puts every single guy onto this objective here. Like, he even gets his Blade Champion onto it now. So he has, in the squad, they're 3 OC each, plus the character. He has 18 OC. He's got one more OC than me, which stops my burn, and then he starts to burn. Because he figured out, because he gets Storm Hostile Objective, which that gives him, he also has Engage in all fronts. So these guys here, I think one of those sisters lived, yeah, he did, so he's got a sister light back here. Flying to this corner for Engage. Now, Rory's figured out, even with the last points primary swing, because he's been ahead on primary, because he's held 2 this entire time, because I kept letting these Wardens for some reason hold it, because I'm an idiot, and should have just pushed him. There is, okay, let me explain this to you. If I draw okay seconds, because I'm going to get 15 at the end of the game, because I'm going to burn this down here, he can't stop that now, and I'm going to hold, I'm going to hold 2, so I'm going to get 15 final turn for primary. So we do that. Rory's burn, if Rory's burn fails, he will have 74 VP. Okay? He will have 74 VP if his burn fails. If he goes off, he'll have 79. Now, in my turn, if... this bloat drone, sorry, in my last turn moved to like here as well before spraying those guys. In my last turn, I draw engage in all fronts and defend stronghold. Okay? The score after me adding primary is 74 to 69. So if I get those 2 secondaries, that'll be 5 points. So, because it'll be 2 for engage, because I can't realistically get into this quarter, because these guys are like nothing. Morty can't realistically get in there, away from the middle of the board. I have nothing that can get into this quarter, annoyingly. So I can only get 2 for engage and 3 for defend stronghold, which is 5 points, which brings us to 74 draw. And I still have to stop him burning, because if this burn happens, he wins. Now, to stop the burn, I have to kill a single warden. But the problem is, if I charge him, he gets to swing back. He could pile into the cultist and kill way more OC, so I can't charge him. Which means Morty has to come this way, so his wing can see over this wall and shoot. And these Death Shroud, I get the Sorcerer to the corner so they can shoot. And we have to kill a single warden with a 4-up goddamn Feel No Pain. But I can't get engaged then for free, so it will be a draw. So, we are in a predicament. If I stop Rory burning and score defend stronghold and establish and engage, we will draw the game. So I'm like, okay, let me look at what I've not scored yet. I open up the deck of cards. There are a few cards left. I think there's 8 cards left in the deck at this point because we've redrew a few. There is 4 cards in the deck that if I draw them, will lose me the game. 100%. Assassination would mean I have to kill his entire Warden squad. There's another one which is like I can't remember what it is. I don't know if it's no prisoners or whatever. But basically, there's 4 cards in there. We figured out that if I draw one of them, I instantly lose the game because I can't score the 2 VP from engage on all fronts. I would go to 0, scored off it, and I would lose the game by 2. There are 2 cards in the deck that will draw me the game, which again doesn't really change anything. And there are 2 cards in the deck that if I draw it, can win me the game, which are Established Locus, and I think it was Sabotage. So I'm sat there and I'm like, so not only do I have to stop him burning, I have to decide if I want to draw this game or take the 50% chance to lose the game / 25% chance to win the game. And I was sat there for like 10 minutes and I was like, well, I didn't come here to draw a fucking game. I was like, I'm going to do it, Rory. I paid the command point, I flipped the card, and it was Established Locus. So now, as long as we stop burn, we win the fucking game. And Morty shoots, the Death Shroud shoot, and sure enough, we kill one single Custode, and we get a 75 to 74 point fucking victory. And I was like sweating balls, man. I was like, oh god, that was a horrendous game. I should have just charged this whale and just been like, get that fuck out of here with that shit. Because I probably could have just killed that, survived the swing back, and then just like killed it the next turn, and then he'd have had nothing. But again, I was so scared, and I don't know why. But Rory, to deny me primary so hard and keep it so close, played it so well. But I believed in the heart of the cards, as they'd say, and we actually managed to walk away with a 1 point victory on the differential. So thank Christ for that one. But yeah, I'm not really happy with my performance in that game, but we did manage to get it in the end, and super well played to Rory. Is an incredible Custode player, and he's proof of what happens when you play an army that everyone else says is bad. You just play so much harder. And it was the same when Vanguard were considered impossible to play. I played way better with that army than I do right now because I had to. I didn't get mistakes and let off. I didn't have someone to carry me. So super well done to him there. But yeah, that thankfully gets us into the final, which was going to be between Guard or CSM. And I was hoping it would be the CSM, not the Guard. But we got actually lucky, and the CSM, although I did want Guard to do well because Guard was my friend Mark, but unfortunately he did lose to the CSM. So we're coming into the finals against CSM. So very quickly in chat, Skim Shooter, first time catching you live, love the content, you helped me learn a bunch of cool tips and tricks with Death Guard. That's awesome to hear, mate. I'm glad the channel's helping teach you some Death Guard stuff. That's the entire reason we made it, to help try and teach people. Kevin Peters, no better 40k community to join this, the Discord. Oh, yeah, it's great, Chris, because of people like yourself. You, Aura was helping someone out the other night. Zito's always in there. Everyone's in there. Derp's in there. Everyone's in there. Oh, we've been super helpful and super nice, and I really appreciate you all. And it's not just me and Dave and Will answering questions. The entire community is happy to help each other, which is really cool to see. Hello, Rotten Master. The list will be useful to play in that type of WS, or would you change, or what change you would make? No, I mean the list's fine. I think the list like works really well. I don't think I'd really change anything so much. Just give it a few tries, get used to playing it, and it does the job, man. It does the job. But it's good to see you here as well, mate. The last game did not go well for CSM. Well, so this is the list we're against. So CSM, so Fellhammer Siege Force. So Fellhammer Siege Force's rule is if your strength is higher than their toughness when you shoot them, that you're -1 to wound. the look on my opponent's face when I told him what Mortarion does, and he made me check the card and show it him, was quite fucking funny. Now, this game is on stream. Again, the same stream, Glasshammer Gaming GT. It was in the day 2 stream. It's obviously the finals. This one is not as long as the one against Tim Vass. But again, it was a cracking game. And also, I just want to shout out Glasshammer Gaming stream because the stream quality was fucking awesome. David is a fucking solid guy, and that stream was sick. And I had so much fun being on. And also, thank you so much to you guys. So many of you turned up in chat, especially the Morning Glory game. The viewers spiked so hard because we had his channel, we had my channel. You were all insulting each other in the chat. It was fucking sick, and we love to see that sort of like friendly bantership. So thank you everyone that showed up in the stream to support me. It really helps and like really motivated me to actually like want to push for this fucking event win. So thank you so much, guys. I just want to say that very quickly. But yeah, Ashley had a Chaos Lord with Iron Artifice, which gave him like dev wounds on a 3-up against vehicles, something like that. The Terminator Chaos Lord has Bastion play, which I think is like bound to save a turn, so you reduce it to 0 damage. Lucius the Eternal has Fight First Precision, which is quite nasty. Terminator Sorcerer, which gives an enemy unit anything that shoots it gets +1 AP, which is pretty good. 2 units of Cultists, 3 units of Legionnaires, a squad of 5 Noise Marines, 2 squads of Chaos Terminators, 2 Chaos Rhinos, a Land Raider, and a Knight Despoiler with a Thermal and Gatling Cannon. And Christopher Latta sweep the leg. That's what he messaged in the stream chat. Sweep the leg. And we definitely sweep the leg. So again, if you guys want to go watch this, feel more than free to go and watch this in the chat. So, opponent, we had Knight up here. Bear in mind the Knight, if it stands on this, can see through all the windows and shoot anything it fucking wants. So the Knight's up here. It goes Rhino here, Land Raider over here. We have a unit of Cultists. All the Legionnaires are in transports. 1 unit of Terminators in Deep Strike, 1's in Land Raider. Cultists over here. And the second unit of Cultists is just going to hold home. So, my opponent deploys like this. I obviously have way more drops than him, which is fine. We keep 2 Predators in reserve again. It's been doing well for me, so we stick to what we know. We put 1 Predator on the field, just like here. We have, again, the same setup as the first game, because again, we know the setup. We go 1 squad in here, 1 squad in here. Very happy. Poxwalkers are going to chill out with this squad here, because this is one of the games where I've looked at his list and gone, if I put 20 Poxwalkers into the middle, what the fuck does he do? What does he do? Realistically. The Knight can shoot it. It's got 1 Gatling cannon. Kills 12 max. If it hits everything, I'll -1 to hit it. So he hits on 4s. He'll hit 6 times. Or is it 16 shots it might be? He'll hit 8 times. Maybe kill 8 Poxwalkers. Ooh. So we put a bloat drone. Put a bloat drone over here. We put another bloat drone in reserves actually, which I forgot about and it died in reserves. So you can all laugh at me for that one. We put a lot of contagion in reserves as well. So let's go. Typhus was also in reserves. Cultists again, search and destroy on the line here. Other squad on the line here. Unit of Nurglings in here and a unit of Nurglings up here off the objective. We never start on the objective. And yeah, we basically we started off. So my opponent went first. I don't have the score on it because again it was done on stream. If you want to go watch it for 100% accuracy, go watch the stream game. But my opponent basically he brought the Knight to here so it could see the tip of this drone. Went to shoot with the Gatling cannon. This Land Raider came down here. He got a squad of Legionaries out who didn't quite make the advance out of a Rhino. Rhino's moved up. This Rhino came to like here. So we had to do it with the I think the Noise Marines instead, who did make it onto the points. They're here. Land Raider's just chilling with its guys, so it's like there. Honestly, not much happened on the first turn. The Knight took like 2-3 wounds off the drone. These guys scouted here, these guys scouted back. It is what it is. So in my turn, I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do. We roll some advances. These guys get in between the halfway point. I'm like, okay, these cultists just push against the wall. This bloat drone makes an advance or a move up that way and does containment or something like that. And then we do the question. So these Death Shroud, these Poxwalkers, we string out and we put a single Poxwalker on the point. A single one. The reason I put 1 on there, I outnumber him massively in terms of units. So if I can get a kill on Cultist or something, I'm actually going to take that trade happily. Plus, if this unit of Cultist comes out to out-OC me, then there's nothing to stop me just rapid ingressing here and going and killing the Knight with a lot of contagion. So these Cultists aren't moving. So I'm like, cool. We'll force his hand with something. We will stay here. So this round's more like this, isn't it? We'll stay here and we will just sort of chill out. We'll say, okay, we'll put a guy on the point. He has to do something about this. He has to come and do it. And he's not gone second, so he's no rapid ingress. So I'm like, okay, cool. And what we do is, and you see me do it on stream, I measure to make sure, this front Poxwalker is within 6 inches of these Death Shroud at this wall. Spoiler alert, you might know what's coming. And then we just go, okay, cool. Okay, pass the turn. That's it. We're happy. We've just scored some points. We've not done any damage yet. So my opponent knows he has to kill Poxwalkers. So the Knight Spoiler comes up. This Rhino moves and tries to advance. Doesn't get it. Because he needed a 6 on the advance to get onto the point. Doesn't get it, so he just sits back. And this other Rhino, which was here, has to get out. The Noise Marines with the 5 Legionnaires with Lucius, who disembark and move to here. And they have like a 7-inch charge into the Poxwalkers. The Knight shoots into the Poxwalkers. I do exactly what I said. I was just like, cool, I'm just going to pull from the back here and keep my one guy on the point. Because you don't have enough shots. So he's just going to force you to commit the Legionnaires. And again, I'm happy to, even if these Legionnaires make it and kill it, I'm happy to trade that. But the problem he's got is, I've measured the 6. I know what's about to happen. So these Legionnaires roll it, and they get the charge here. Cool. I heroic. So these Death Shroud go from being here to being fucking here. Because heroic is free movement. These guys swing, kill a few more Poxwalkers, don't do anything to the Terminators, and obviously the 6 Terminators absolutely obliterate them. And then we consolidate towards the point. Now, when we go towards the point, we have to be close to the centre. So we go upwards and to the left a little bit. So we are closer, but we're actually pushing up top, which is where we want to go. We want to go up here and say hello to this Knight now. So in our turn 2, we're like, okay. We also rapid ingressed our Lord of Contagion here. Because he's just going to go kill these, stuff here and flame this squad here. So our turn 2, we're like, this is the go turn already. We're just going to fucking send it home. So these guys walk up to here. Typhus drops in here to do some mortal wounds to the Knight because we can see it through the window. We've got it in contagion range as well. Morty moves up. We've strung back out towards Mortarion to get rid of ones to wound just in case we need it. And ignore modifiers because he has a -2 to charge strat. So we strung back to within the 6 inches of Morty for that. This Predator comes around the corner. The other 2 coming from reserves unfortunately can't get in contagion range. Sorry, ignore modifiers range, but they can still both see the Knight, so that's fine. So we're just going to put a load of rounds up there at this Knight. And just basically... Oh, there's unit Terminators here as well that did recover assets. Now, these Nurglings were on the point at this point. My opponent, in his turn, because I'm going to ignore these Terminators, if he walks here and I leave the Nurglings here, he gets a free charge. So instead, I just walk the fuck away. So if he wants to get onto this point, he has to advance. And if they're advancing, they're not doing anything else, so that's fine with me. I'm happy with that. We have brought out these cultists to put contagion on stuff as well, sort of like cheeky, be like, hey, we're over here. Probably didn't need to do that, probably complete waste. And we shoot away. We shoot away at the Knight. We shoot away at this Rhino. We kill the Rhino with, I think it was Typhus Smite that really got it. These guys have moved forward here. We flamed this unit down to like 2 guys. They're going to charge into the Noise Marines, the Land Raiders like here, by the way. And then we make a charge into the cultists. Now, the cultists are strung out along the wall. A single guy here and the Knight's right next to it. So we move block ourselves after the charge. So only one Death Shroud has to base the cultist. The rest of the Death Shroud all get to come around the side, who will then be able and eligible to pile into the Knight, so that 5 Death Shroud are actually going to swing into the Knight. And this charge happens here. Lord of Contagion plus 3 Death Shroud versus 5 Noise Marines. Don't need to tell you what happens there. And over here, with some of the shooting plus the Death Shroud, we drop the Knight to 3 wounds, which is obviously pretty damn good. So 3 wounds on the Knight, and this squad down here, after fighting, managed to consolidate into the Land Raider and tag it. So the Land Raider can't fall back and shoot either. My opponent's turn, the Knight stays in combat because he doesn't want to fall back because it can't do anything. The Chaos Lord squad hops out here to come and charge the Death Shroud. The Terminators get out of here to come and charge the Lord of Contagion. And then these Terminators just go with an advance roll to try and just stand on the objective. So they're not doing anything. Makes the two... This shooting does fucking nothing. I'm in terrain. So the Gatlings, I get 3 up saves versus... the Thermal Cannon can't shoot me because it's Blast Weapon. So he can't shoot that at me in close combat because I'm still in close combat. Blast doesn't work. And the Rockets do nothing because they're AP2. So And he's bracketed as well, so he's hitting on 4s as well. And he's in close combat, so he's -2 to hit, technically. So, don't give a shit. The Cullists do run out and do take the point, because I ran away with my Poxwalkers. Probably just should have sat them on the point. Again, small mistakes, doesn't really matter too much, though. And then he charges. But I have 2 CP up. So I'm like, okay, I can either -1 damage down here, or I can just interrupt. And given that both of these squads will slam both of these, I actually opt for the interrupt. I'm fine if he kills Lord of Contagion and takes this back down here. I've held his primary for 1 turn, and the rest of his army's down here, so that's fine with me, all these guys running here. So I don't pop it, and he still doesn't even kill the squad. Lord of Contagion and a single Death Shroud still alive. They swing back, kill a couple guys. But I interrupt, which is more important. And 5 Legionnaires plus a Chaos Lord, surprisingly, doesn't live much against the full Death Shroud squad. And unfortunately, I don't manage to finish off the Knight, but I do put more than I probably should have into the Legionnaires because that was the threat. The Knight, I can just kill in my turn. So, yeah, I mean, he's having a bad time right now. He's not got much. So it comes around to my turn again. I fall Lord of Contagion and the Death Shroud back through the wall because, again, this squad can never get battle shocked, which is quite interesting, actually. Because if you have 3 Death Shroud and a Lord of Contagion, if you have 1 Death Shroud and a Lord of Contagion, you're still not under half strength because you started at 4, and that's 2. And when the last Death Shroud dies, the Lord of Contagion is its own character, so it doesn't take battle shock. 3 Death Shroud are literally, and the character are immune to battle shock. Just remember that. It's pretty cool. So he falls back there just to buy some time. I Typhus Smite the Knight, which finishes it off. The reason I do this is because if that kills the Knight, or we shoot it, these guys, even though they started the turn in combat, are now out of combat and can declare a charge. So the Knight dies, it does explode, it does finishes off his cultists, unluckily. It does 1 mortal wound to me because of reasons. Then we make this charge here and we roll an 11. So in this turn, we now took his home objective. The mission is Linchpin, so unless you control your home objective, you don't get any primary. So that's game right there. And this is only turn 3. These Death Shroud, we talk it out at this point. He just concedes it the game because I have 3 Predators, and this Death Shroud squad, and this Bloat Drone. I got a Bloat Drone that's technically in reserves that can come in, all out to shoot 5 Terminators. I'm pretty sure if we have a fire up, feel no pain, that squad is what we like to call in the business turbo dead. So all he has left is this squad down here. I'm just going to obviously walk and murder this Rhino next turn. These guys aren't going to do anything. They can walk out and die if they want. So we do actually just end up talking it out from turn 3 onwards, which I do apologise for stream. But I also understand him not wanting to play it out once it's like it. That he even said as soon as I did that heroic, the game's over. And he was kind of right because he just snowballed super hard. Like, you can't be giving Death Shroud a free, 12-inch move in that point of the game, which then lets me get to your most important unit. But it did end up, we talked it out. I don't like just saying, yeah, I get 100 points because it affects scoring. So we did talk out cards properly. And I managed to get an 86-47 victory there. And yeah, that obviously then brings us to the final placing. I ended the game in first place, the only undefeated player as well, which is really cool to see. It's nice when you have an event where there's just 1 undefeated. But yeah, we did it. I'm actually, I'm very, very happy. Death Shroud, pretty fucking good, as it turns out. I do miss OC, though. The Pox and the Predators really impressed me. The Poxwalkers were just fucking awesome. And I was just, super happy with how the Poxwalkers performed. Me and Craig, who's in the chat, were talking about Poxwalkers, and Craig theory crafted but hasn't tested it, so I was like, I'll fucking test it. And I was super impressed. That unit is just, again, worst case scenario, it holds you home, takes up load of space, spread them all out, max coherency, for 100 points. Best case scenario, you can do bullshit like that with it. So I'm super impressed. And the Predators as well. I also agree, Strong Boy, he put way too much on one side as well for the deployment, but we're all learning. It's his first event back after a while as well for him, so for him to go 4-1 with that list is obviously real good. So still well done to Ash on that one. He played obviously his games before that very well. I think he just had that one error was quite a brutal error. But yeah, I mean, Predators also really impressed me. The fact you can get 3 of these little buggers for 390 points. They're not the greatest shooting platform in the world, and they don't have the greatest tank and stuff, but for a 130 point tank, it's really hard to go wrong with, and they really like Mortarion Aura. So I literally got home and I've magnetized all the sponsons. I mean, I got one left to do. I'm working on the last one now, and highlighted them all. So they have earned their place in my list going forward. So I'm super happy with them. I might try 12 Shroud going forward. A lot of times I felt like the over 6-man brick was like not super needed. Maybe like 3-3-6, or maybe just 2 6-mans. And see what I could do with 110 points. We'll have to see. But, you know, I'll play around with it. But I didn't feel like I was lacking like anything part OC, really. Hello, No Step. Typhus only joined one versus the guard game because there's just so much chaff. Everything else didn't really have much chaff units. There wasn't any nids or orcs or anything. It was all quite elite, so it wasn't really much, you know, too much in there. Seems like you don't use Deep Strike for the Death Shroud too much. What's the rule with that for you? Okay, so if you put too much in Deep Strike, they will just literally just screen you out. People can just literally, if they got trash, they'll push you back too much. You can't be having that. Like, on these boards, like, the ideal place on, like, well, let's go to this game again. The ideal place is having a unit in here and a unit in here, because it just puts the middle into such a lockdown, because this is now threatening into here, this is potentially threatening, sorry, over here. If I put them all in reserves, my opponent can happily put like 5 Legionnaires spread out all across here, and now the only place I'm deep striking is back in my home field, which I kind of would have just, if I'd have just deployed on the board and moved here anyway, I'd have the same result. I think you just mix and match what you put in reserves. You just don't want to put too much in there. So, and obviously Rapid Ingress can only be used twice max, because turn 2, turn 3. And they really need Rapid Ingress. Now, if you're running a lot of Virulence, you can probably put a Sword in with just rely on shooting, but I'd still always recommend trying to get a Rapid Ingress off. I just think it's super, super important. Hey, Rocky, how you doing, bud? I did go Lost Cannons on all 3 Predators, so all 3 Predators did have Lost Cannon sponsons, mate. And managed to do quite well as well. I was quite happy. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong with them. My Morty's always on a mission. I mean, I think this game's like, I think against Custodes, I probably should have had Morty on a mission to be like up here. If you notice my games, Morty never really leaves like here. I'm not very aggressive, but again, I'm not an aggressive player. I'm quite passive, but I definitely need to learn the games where Morty needs to be more aggressive. But I've always said I'm a safe player that punishes mistakes hard. So like you can see the heroics, I will punish the fuck out of you. I will counter punch you so hard, but if I need to be the aggressor, I'm not as comfortable. So we'll see. Yeah, and the Preds in Strat Reserve actually were doing really well. Like 2 of them are in most games. There was probably a game where I probably could have started more on the board against like guards to just keep them more humble. But just the fact you can pop up on any angle, so it's like your opponent doesn't know where safe, and at any point you can just, and especially if Morty's around, you can be like, Morty goes here, and then I pop 2 in behind him, cool. Suddenly all this firepower's popped out of nowhere you weren't expecting, which is pretty cool. Aiden, I kind of like 1x6, 2x3 dash return rate. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I like the different characters, so you can mix and match. Like against the Hecatons, we put the Lord of Contagion with the 6-man because we need the damage. They have the Sorcerers, Typhus. I didn't really put Typhus for the squads because I just like Typhus solo, because action and still deal damage is like my favourite thing to do. But yeah, the versatility is really, really good. There was another question up here. Let me have a look. But maybe it's what I'm doing wrong. What do you think about Blight Haulers? Blight Haulers are okay. I just don't like the weapons on them. I think if you're in a very, very vehicle heavy meta, like the obvious choice here is just to swap the 2 drones out for 2 haulers. Like that's like a, because I mean the exact same points, the exact same movement. I just really like the flamers because I just like being like 2 up. Also Overwatch threat, but you could easily swap them out for haulers if you liked haulers better. Like there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think the small squad is the best Rapid Ingress. Yeah, I agree, Dirt. That's why I was my 3-man was my Rapid Ingress squad. It was only versus the Votann I put the 6-man in because I wanted to get onto one of those fortresses and potentially kill it. I prefer -1 for skill, but I'm more aggressive, so that's interesting conversation. Yeah, I always take -1 save, man. I like the absurd damage output. I'm just like, if I would get within 9 of you, you die. Like that is my rule. Like I will kill you. So there is that. But again, play what obviously is working for you. Some people prefer weapon skill, blizzard skill, some prefer save. It's just, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, overall, obviously, that's a GT win in the book, so happy with that. We'll have to see if we take this list to the next event. If he doesn't get nerfed by then, because again we're expecting a data slate in December, we shall see. But you know, overall, I'm super happy with how it performed, and I'm glad that we managed to not just talk the talk about Death Shroud, but we also managed to walk the walk and managed to put a nice result up. We'll have to see if the fellas can do well at the Leicester Super Major as well, and hopefully put up some good results there. I set up all positions where you enter. Yeah, you can do that with weapon skill, so you can definitely lock people down on angles. But yeah, I mean, we shall see how the guys get on. But that's about all I've really got for you tonight. So, I mean, thank you obviously so much for tuning in. If you've been here since the start, super thank you very much. My voice is getting a little sore now, speaking for 2 hours straight. Normally we'd have Dave to back and forth, but obviously he's been kept by work, but it is what it is. It happens, you know. Real life does obviously come first. Recommendations versus Eldar. Yeah, you don't want to put too much in reserves versus Eldar because they have so much bullshit. Eldar's a weird one. Eldar's one of the weird matches where you actually wish you had Plague Burst Crawlers because they really don't like the indirect. Boil Blight indirect can kill so much stuff there. You have to fight for space belt against Eldar. It's a hard one. But like even cultists and stuff can kill Eldar models because they're so weak, like individually. So you can be aggressive like cultist scouts, and they have to respect it. When it comes to reactive moves, there's honestly not there's just not fucking much you can do unless you have transports, which is a complete different list and different playstyle. But yeah, it's a difficult one, Eldar. But if you have PBCs and you play against an Eldar player opponent regularly, I'd actually recommend potentially putting them back in the list because Eldar really do hate them. Yeah, or do what Craig said, just full send it, like run at them. Eldar want to play 5 rounds of a game because they can dart around everywhere. Give them 3. Give them 3 turns before you're literally on top of their army, and they will crumble. But you have to be like quite up in the face of an aggressive flag, which again is not natural to me. But Craig's a very aggressive player. He'll just like run at you and punch you in the face. I've been painting up a custom flail of corruption consisting of half-dead sisters while listening to this. Looking forward to seeing the weekend where I put my models on the table. That's awesome, mate. That just shows it in the hobby channel on the Discord. I'll look forward to seeing that. But yeah, for now, everyone, I'll play a tune or two before I obviously go off. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this event recap, and I hope you guys obviously maybe picked up a trick or two to take to your next, or maybe inspired your next list. But it was great to see everyone in chat. Thank you for the questions. And again, check out our sponsors, check out our affiliates on the description below, and I will catch you all on the next one. So for now, everybody, stay rotten, take care, and it'll be Plague Surgery stream at the weekend that you guys can look forward to because I got some catching up to do. So take care, everyone, and enjoy the tunes, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.
Sky we rise, wings of death, clouds of flight. The crag will burn, the pure will fall. Mortarian's wrath will consume them all. Ultimate pride crumbled in the dust. Your emperor's light can't stop the rust. Disease eroded by your final breath. Now kneel before the reaper's death. I am the plague, I am the rot. The end of all that you forgot. You fought for hope, you fought for lies. Now your shiny world slowly dies. From the skies I bring despair. Your warriors choke on poisoned air. My cracking flames, hear the cries. Mortarian's plague, watch its glory dies. The reaper falls, your runner's sword. In death your soldiers are reborn. There's no salvation, no last stand. My crown is buried by my hand. Blue and gold, once proud, once bright, now swallowed whole by endless night. I am decay, and I will feast. Your chapter falls beneath my feet. Gleaming suns will face my wrath. In every breath, your lungs turn black. Your noble heart, I turn to ash in my shadow. Your hopes will crash. I am the plague, I tear. McCracken flames, hear the cries. Mortarius plague, watch its glory dies. The angel falls, your runner sword. In death your soldiers are reborn. There's no salvation, no last stand. McCracken's buried by my hand. Buried by my hand. You fall, you fall. McCracken's buried by my hand.
From the shadow depths of a broken hive, corpses twitch and come alive. This cryptic plague, it feeds on fear as the bodies drop and it draws us near. Our skin is crawling, something's inside. Internal organs liquefied. Death God's gift, a twisted fate. No escape from me, yeah, it's too late. No goal comes except your fate. And we'll stop. The hive's infected, it's too late. Watch it all decay, falling to your knees. The hive will consume when it's sick disease. Our souls corrupted, can't run, can't fight. The walking pox now takes its bite. The walking pox now takes its bite. Run the rod, run the rod. Walking pox now takes its bite. Lungs are burning, pox fills the air. You scream for help, but no one cares. Bones are breaking, bodies twist. The death guard's gift, death's toxic kiss. Pale eyes stare with a hollow glare. They're gone but shambling, lost somewhere. This hive is his, disease and broom. No light survives in this darkened tomb. Then no comes except your fate. And we'll stop. The hive's infected, it's too late. Watch it all decay, falling to your knees. The hive will consume when it's sick disease. Our souls corrupted, can't run, can't fight. The walking pox now takes its bite. The walking pox now takes its bite. You'll feel it settle deep inside. There's no cure, nowhere to hide. You breathe me in, you can't escape. I am the plague, I am your fate. What can you feel it in your bones? This is where it now goes home. No mercy here, you're out of time. Your final breath is that last line. Watch it all decay, falling to your knees. The hive was consumed by the sick disease. Our souls corrupted, can't run, can't fight. The walking pox now takes its bite. The walking pox now takes its bite. Watch it all decay, falling to your knees. The hive was consumed by the sick disease. Our souls corrupted, can't run, can't fight. The walking pox now takes its bite. The walking pox now takes its bite. Through the skies we come to claim our prize. The world infected before your eyes. We are the run, we are the end. The death god's mercy is death again. Watch it all decay, falling to your knees. The hive will consume by the sick disease. Our souls corrupted, can't run, can't fight. The walking pox now takes its bite. The walking pox now takes its bite.
In the shadow of decay I rise, typhus the herald beneath poison skies. With Nurgle's rot I lay rust to waste. The Reaper's scythe, no life can escape. Beneath the flies, beneath the filth, I spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death. God, where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In Nurgle's name I spread death with ease. Vessels water me hand in hand, rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin I claim the day. The Imperium's light crumbles to dust. Wherever I tread, rot consumes the just. Space hulks reek of a foul rebirth. Carriers of plague across the cursed earth. Beneath the flies, beneath the filth, I spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death. God, where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In Nurgle's name I spread death with ease. Vessels water me hand in hand, rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin I claim the day. The Imperium's light crumbles to dust. Wherever I tread, rot consumes the just. Space hulks reek of a foul rebirth. Carriers of plague across the cursed earth. Beneath the flies, beneath the filth, I spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death. God, where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In Nurgle's name I spread death with ease. Vessels water me hand in hand, rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin I claim the day. Language howl, the gassing walls, the pestilent tides, new life is born. Nurgle's passing, a twisted grace, unleashed of God in my cold embrace. Fear the plague fleet, fear the end. No salvation, nowhere to defend. I am Typhus, reaper of dread. Bow to Nurgle, embrace the dead.